Welcome to the kNights podcast. I'm your host, Kekoa, and with me tonight is Ben.
Well, muchachos.
You okay there? And Corey.
Hey.
Very good.
Smooth.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
I'm so glad after 41 episodes we got that down smooth.
Yes, this is episode 41.
This is episode 41. Welcome to episode 41.
Welcome.
Welcome. Yes, welcome indeed.
Maybe I should let this run. Corey's still dancing.
It
This should be a live video.
Maybe when we get to our next one, we'll start doing a live one so people can see us.
More beer.
No.
So how you doing, sir?
Sirs.
Good,
Good,
right?
good.
Oh, yeah, Corey.
Yes, he's also a sir as well.
I guess.
Maybe.
Maybe. Am I allowed?
We'll figure that out by the end of the podcast. Just keep dancing. That's what the people like. Dancing on a podcast.
It's hilarious. That's why I'm laughing. Cracking up.
Ha, ha, ha.
Can't help ourselves.
Oh. It hurts.
Kekoa. What are you even doing this past weekend?
This past weekend. I don't think we talked about it last weekend we were talking about Disneyland. We went to Disneyland this weekend and we did the Easter egg hunt kind of thing that they have going on. I guess it started last weekend, right? But it's supposed to be going on through the month of April because Easter's coming up. So Yay, Easter! So what they do is you can go into either park, and depending on, there's a store in each one. I forgot which one. Maybe it's the License Company in the California Adventure, and not the Emporium, but the one across the street. The next
Disney
to the
Showcase.
Magic. Yes, there we go. Yeah. Either one of those, you can buy a map for the park, and what's on this map is they give you the map and a set of stickers. And there's these, stickers, but you need these stickers. They're important. Don't be like me and keep losing them. Yes. What you do is you
can only get one.
You can only get they come in packs. You only get one, so hold on to them well. Don't be like me. But they have,
What's it called?
what, maps or stickers?
The extravaganza?
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Thank you. The extravaganza.
There's a line, right? It's popular.
Well, we did it last year. Well, we did Disneyland last year, and we went back later to try to do California Adventure. And what it is you buy the map from the store, and you get the stickers. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go around the park, and in each of the spots where you would put a sticker, there's a place, a location. So you go to that location, and you look around, and you find an egg that's hidden somewhere outside the attraction. So you don't have to go inside or anything. It's just around the attraction somewhere. There's an egg about a foot tall, kind of bigger.
Easy to find.
Kind of. Some of them are a little harder. Sometimes you have to look around or look up or down, kind of thing.
Around.
But when you find out which one's there, you take the sticker and you put it on that spot. So you might go to one place and they have a Mickey Easter egg. So you go over there, you take the sticker, you put it on your map for that location, and once you fill up your map, you can go back, take it back to where you got it, and they have this. You can redeem them for these small collectible eggs, I guess, souvenir eggs, kind of
Little plastic
eggs. Like they look like the characters on the sticker sheet, just egg versions of characters: Mickey, Minnie, Chip, Dale, Tinkerbell, kind of thing. But it's kind of like a hidden thing, so they have them under these egg shells, like these bigger ones, and you pick
a shell
which
game.
It's a shell game, exactly. And you get to pick an egg, and whatever's underneath that egg, you get that character. So it's like a blind thing. Also, though, you don't need to go through the whole. You don't have to go through the whole finding the eggs. You can just buy the map and then go to the redemption area and then go get your egg.
So is the redemption area in the same place as where you pick up the map?
Pretty much. It's like right next to it. Like they'll tell you. It's like
so. It's like, oh, it's a next cashier station over.
It's or usually it's like outside or just to the left of the cashier station. I mean, And the one at Disneyland is just outside their door. Like, they have it set up where the parade comes out, I think, for that one. And then on the California Adventure, they have it inside the same store, just kind of to the left. But you can pick up the egg before you even do it. So that's probably a smart thing to do, because they can run out. I doubt they'd run out this early, but...
they ran out last year, I think, right?
They ran out last year. So when we went back to do it for California Adventure, they didn't have any eggs. They'd sell us... We could get a map. They wouldn't sell it to us because we weren't going to get anything for it, but you could still get a map.
And
they still had
stickers.
the eggs and stickers, and you could still have fun, because that's part of the fun. I mean, there is getting these eggs that you get at the end, but there's also the fun of going around the park and kind of looking for these eggs kind of thing. It's a nice... gives you something else to do in the park than just standing in lines and waiting to go on rides and stuff. So we did that. And
You could do that as you're waiting in line.
Kind of, except you usually find the egg beforehand. If you want to do both parks, you kind of have to, like hoof it around, kind of thing, like we did. So, or actually, even then, we kind of got lazy and just sat down for a while.
So did you get your egg before the hunt or after?
Well, I went to California Adventure first because we missed out on it last year.
Just give me my egg right now.
We didn't do it that time. We went through it because it was still early, so we're like, we're not going to miss out. But then we ran to some. You'll see other people with maps in their hand looking around areas. So that's what we kept running into.
Do a lot of people do it?
Yeah, a good amount of people were doing it, and that was just the first day. So now that it's picking up, we probably more and more people are doing it. And you'll go to the location, you'll see a few people with the maps looking around.
Especially now it's spring break right now.
Exactly.
For Southern California.
So it's going to get even more crazy. But yeah, they're not too hard to find. Some of them are a little bit, you might want to have to look up, because that's what, it might be like in a tree or something, or some of them are a little hard to find, but for the most part, it's a fun little activity. $5, you get an egg at the end, get the character egg. I don't know how many there
Or at the
are.
beginning.
Or at the beginning.
There's 6 in each park.
Well, the thing was, I saw the same ones in both parks, actually. I don't know if they had special ones for the other park, but this time, the same ones we saw in one park were the same ones they had in the other park.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, I
I
thought
thought they
so
were
too.
different.
I think they might have been last year, and this year, or maybe they did it now. But when I went there, we got the same ones. We didn't get the same ones, but we saw the same ones in both parks.
Because I know, like, I'm looking at one of the promotional pictures they have, and it's 6 eggs: Thumper, Goofy, Tinkerbell, Mr. Toad, Pluto, and the White Rabbit. But then when you're looking for the eggs, they also have Mickey and Minnie and Chip and Dale and, all the other characters too.
Yeah, those are the stickers that they have. But the actual eggs that you can get at the end, I think, are those 6 that you said in the beginning. Because it's the same ones we saw in both parks. Because we went to the other park thinking, it'll be different. But
Because I could have sworn last year was 12
I think
different
they
eggs.
did have 12 different ones. Maybe they just
This is all they
decided
had left over.
Yeah, maybe they just decided, well, we'll just reduce it down to 6, and then we'll have the same 6 to give to everybody. So we'll have twice as many, technically, to give out.
Yeah, I heard that. Well, if you pick an egg, say in that shell game when you go redeem your egg, if you don't like the character you get, can you trade it for something else?
They won't trade it to you there, but they can go, you can trade it with somebody else, like a pin trade kind of thing. Like,
Okay.
you can stick around, and someone gets one that you would like, you can trade with them.
Well, that's cool.
That's kind of funny too, because there's another article I was reading where they said if you buy 6 maps, they'll give you a bag with the 6 different eggs in there.
Really?
If your intention is just to collect all the eggs.
Well, because technically, when you're at the shell game, there are 6 eggs there, so you could just easily go, okay, I want each one of these, and you'll assumably get to the same point.
They're all
the same.
That would be funny, but no, they're actually all different. And I think last year was different because what they did was they had, I think, 3 shells, not like the whole 6.
Right.
And then you'd pick an egg, and then they'd give you what was under the egg, and then they'd stock in a new one that you couldn't see. Like, they just kind of hide it and then put a new one under there. So it was always random. But when we did it this time, they had the eggs all out there. So if you were like standing just off to the side, what they do is they'd lift the egg. Now it's like, oh, you want Tinkerbell, and they'd reach behind them and grab one from the pile, one of the Tinkerbells, and hand it to you. So if you're just hanging out there, you can just go, okay, which one do I want? Okay, it's not that one. It's like, okay, it's under that egg. Okay, and then get in line. I want that egg right
They're
there.
like, don't leave. You just keep staring at them.
So that's,
kept
I
my
mean, that's
eye
what if you really wanted to, or you could just pay your
Follow the queen,
six. You
follow
can
the
pay your
queen, follow the
$30
queen.
and then get your 6 eggs, right there.
$30
$30
for 6 plastic eggs.
So that's $5 each.
They're like $4.95 for some reason.
No discounts on them either.
No discounts, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because $5 is such a value for a souvenir and memories.
It is true.
And
it's actually a pretty good price
And
for.
it's just like a little plastic egg?
Yeah, it's just a plastic egg. But it's not like a hollow, or it is hollow, but not like the plastic
you can't
eggs
pull
you
it
get
apart
from.
though, right?
Yeah, they come in half. They break apart. Kind of like a jagged kind of thing.
Yeah.
In the middle. But yeah, they
Is
got a
it-
little weight to them. They're not like
Are they
completely
hollow,
hollow.
or-
I don't think they're completely hollow. I don't know. I didn't open mine.
Like those little Russian.
Stacking dolls.
Nesting dolls.
Nesting dolls.
Yeah, they weren't like plastic crappy things, but they were like more substantial. Surprising, pretty good for a $5 investment at Disneyland.
Yeah, it's hard to find a $5 souvenir nowadays.
Exactly. Plus, if you actually do the little hunt thing, it's really cool. Actually, it's really fun if you get into it and you're looking around, going around the park, trying to figure out where some of these locations are.
I already read the article. I know where they are.
Well, see, now you're just ruining it only for yourself, kind of thing.
I did that last year too. I was
What?
like, oh, I wish I could be there. I'll hunt on the article.
Where it just tells you where they are.
Virtually.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, I didn't know where in one of the places in the California Adventure one was the bank in California Adventure. I didn't know where the bank was, and apparently some of the cast members didn't know where it was because it's not a really obvious place.
Yeah.
Heck, I pretty much only walked by because there's only one place that we hadn't really looked. It was the last one we saw. I'm like, oh, that's where the bank was. You know where the bank is, Corey.
Isn't it? Actually, not really.
Wait, yeah.
In California Adventure?
In California Adventure, I forgot. It's something bank. It's like well, Ben's cheating, so we won't let him in on it because he's just looking at him now.
I feel like it's not on the main street.
You know where it is, Ben? The bank?
Is that the one in Hollywood?
No, but that's a good guess. Stop looking.
The
Come on, use
bank.
that Disney skills. Don't look.
Is it
up.
over at the pier?
Where? Where on? Oh,
Like kind of by the kind of over by. It's not over by the ice cream one. It's by the carnival games.
no. Ben, still looking? He's scrolling on
Stop
the.
cheating!
He's looking on the internet for a picture of it. I think to find
Well,
out where it is.
They don't really spoil it here. They kind of give you a picture of the egg with a little bit of the surrounding location.
Right.
So you
I don't know if you'd be able
to
to.
where it is.
The bank.
Do you know where the bank is, Ben? Because I, to be honest, did not know, and apparently some of the other guests were asking cast members. They're like, I don't know where that is. Because I thought it was probably somewhere in that main entrance area.
Yeah.
It
But
was
it's
my call, but it's
not.
not actually. And now with the construction going on at California Adventure, it's actually more. I wouldn't say out of the way, but there's only one way to get there. That should be a hint. of
You gotta
where it
walk
is.
all the way around.
You gotta walk all the way around.
Oh, it's over by the Grizzly River.
The San Francisco area, right?
Yeah, roughly.
Ish.
It's that path that leads down towards.
So, like, right. Oh, it's where those bathrooms are by Mermaid.
Correct.
That's goofy.
That's your spoilers, right
Sorry.
there. That's your spoilers. But that's where that's where it is, and we happen to be going that way because it's the only place we hadn't seen. We're like, oh, and there's one little sign on the window that says the so and so bank. I'm like, huh? No one really knows where it is.
Well, that area changed a bunch too, because those facades they were tweaked slightly when they swapped the bathrooms from across the walkway to the other side to put in the Little Mermaid.
Now, do you remember what used to be there when they first opened California Adventure? In that it wasn't.
Oh, on that side?
Yeah, on that side where the buildings are now with the facade. You can't go in them now. I think they have a
I think
store
it
on
was
the
a
corner
shop.
and the restroom. There's restrooms on one corner.
Yeah.
I remember what it used to be actually, and I'm bummed that they changed it.
What was it?
It used to be, I believe, it used to be an arcade. like when it first opened. Like it was a walkthrough arcade kind of thing.
Yeah, it was. And it had like penny pressing machines. And
yeah, it was like... And they
'Cause-
got rid of it because they hate arcade games, apparently.
Of course. Who likes arcade games?
Starcade, going,
it's gone.
gone,
Going,
gone.
You remember when they had 2 arcades? The other one was in Greater Country. Teddy Bear's Swinging Arcade.
I didn't know what it was called, but I do remember it because it's all the way out there. I never really went to it.
Yeah.
Did they have
It's tied into the Country Bears.
Right. Oh, man. They just turned into a store now, right?
I remember that. It's the Winnie the Pooh store back there, right?
Yes. The best ride ever.
Yeah.
Steven loves that ride.
It's awesome. Everybody loves that ride.
Heck yeah.
Everybody loves that ride.
Everyone.
Loves that ride.
All kinds of people love that
All
ride.
kinds. Fat kids, skinny kids, kids with chicken pox. Love Pooh Bear.
Winnie the Pooh Bear.
Winnie the Pooh.
Did they have an arcade? Did they changed how the penny arcade was right on Main Street?
Mm-hmm.
They used to have. Oh, used to have the
Mutoscopes.
right.
They had tons of Mutoscopes there. They have a few.
They just turned into the candy.
Yeah,
store
it's basically
now.
just an expanded candy store with the featured stuff. They even took out that electrocution machine.
Right.
It survived the remodel, and then they took it out.
Why?
Lawyers.
Really? Were there incidents with it, with the machine?
There weren't any incidents, but I guess it's like, oh, there should be a sign if people had a pacemaker or something. But then if you had a pacemaker, you'd already know, unless you
Unless you have some kind of weird
you're
death
really-
wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
They
thought...
have a death wish, and they want Disney to pay for it, so... I would.
That's weird,
Yeah.
though. Yeah, I remember seeing it there, and last time I was there, they didn't have...
Or maybe they were trying to get their family lifetime passes into the Disney parks.
They're like, I will sacrifice my life for you to have lifetime
If
passes.
somebody dies in the park, like say you're a family all going into the park and somebody dies in there, say not because of like a ride or malfunction or anything, but it's like, oh, he had a heart attack and we just lost him right here. They have a center like at Guest Relations where they'll put you in the back, and it's like a kind of couch VIP-ish room, and that's where they kind of console you and everything, and kind of keep you out of the public eye. Like, oh, what's the matter? Because you don't want sad people.
No.
You don't want to see sad people crying. Like, oh, what happened there? It's like, it's like no. It's all happy here. It's all happy.
So basically, the only
Nothing bad
way
ever happens
you get to
there.
see one
So
of the
it's like,
most secret rooms
we're
is to have somebody die.
And it's like, we're so sorry for your loss, but just to keep happy memories that
No.
you all celebrated here. It's like,
No.
here's a lifetime pass.
Come back to where your loved family members died. Then you can come back every time.
No, it's to celebrate his life
Uh-huh.
as they enjoyed it. And it's actually interesting too, because a lot of people, like when they get to that point in life, they're like, oh, what do you want to do? It's like, I want to kind of relive this memory and go to Disneyland. Something that I've kind of held near and dear to my heart for all these years. So like, just one last trip.
Okay. Well, yeah, for the and then if that person dies there, then they're done.
Yeah.
But the people that had to experience watching them die, waiting in line for It's a Small World.
And it's funny too, because I think the one article that I was reading, it was a grandfather, and the family was all there, but he just had a stroke and just gone. And they weren't even, I think it was in a store, like in Tomorrowland. They weren't even on a ride or doing anything crazy. They were just hanging out, and all of a sudden it's like stroke. It's like, gone. And then the family got lifetime passes.
Huh.
So if I'm about to die, let's go to Disneyland. You guys will get lifetime passes. Think about the awesomeness.
Yeah, if I feel like I'm just trying to game the system, then yeah.
That's if they're still doing that years from now.
Imagine how much those will be worth.
Thousands of dollars.
Non-transferable.
Non-transferable. But you got to pass it on. So when your time comes, you have to go and then let somebody else get a free pass by your
But
death.
you can pass
you're
on
like-
those Easter eggs that you collected.
And I can pass on those. But I have to die in order to pass on a lifetime pass. I have to give my life for a lifetime pass. It's actually my lifetime pass is what it is, actually.
But for my benefit.
For your benefit, exactly.
Yeah, excellent.
How did you pay for this lifetime pass? With a life. It actually takes a life. I need a sacrifice for this.
Can I sacrifice you for a lifetime pass?
I was wondering, like, so it's everyone that's with them, right? Like,
Well, this one, it just
Or
happened
is-
to be the immediate family that was there, so...
so no friends. So you gotta be related. I don't care if you're the
don't-
close family friend.
I'm pretty sure they
You gotta
weren't
be
there
blood.
with friends.
You gotta be blood. They don't get passed. You gotta be blood. Only blood gets it. So if you go with your friends, they don't get nothing except a terrible, terrible memory.
So when my parents are on their deathbed, hey, you want to go to Disneyland? I'm about to die. I know. Let's go to Disneyland.
You can die there.
Don't die yet. Better not die on me.
Help me, help you, help me.
The ambulance picks
You're
you up.
rolling them into the park.
So what hospital are we going to? Disneyland.
Hospital.
Wait.
They have a first aid center there.
Just wheel them in.
Pretty sure they could take care of whatever his problem is. He's
Yeah, but
he's
it's-
bleeding to death.
It's not something that happens all the time. Like if...
I like to hope not. That seems pretty grim.
No, like if, say, like you have a heart attack or something, but then you die later on at the hospital, like you won't get a pass there.
Wow.
Because it's like, oh, well, like you'll see cast members and stuff come out of the woodwork. Then all of a sudden, everyone's in an ambulance on the way to the hospital and all that stuff.
And technically, you didn't die at.
So
Disneyland.
you gotta
At
drop
this-
dead and done.
Inside the park, yeah.
So you better be.
Fighting people off.
No.
Get away. Get away.
I can help you. No, no.
I'm gonna give it CPR. Don't you dare.
Let me call 911. No.
This is how he wanted to go.
I want to die here.
Don't take this away from me. I don't know how we got there. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't
I
even
got grim.
You're talking about Easter eggs.
It's supposed to be about Easter eggs.
Because when you eat an egg, you're killing a baby chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. Like Russian nesting dolls.
That's how
Yep.
that works.
That's how it connects.
It all
we were
makes
at
sense.
Disneyland, so we also did the Easter egg thing, but we also did the we also passed by the Phantasmic setup and how and I'd never seen it before, like how it's all
With
with,
the
the
new
fast
setup?
pass. So pissed me off
It's horrible.
It's so
I have
bad.
to say.
because of where we were before. That it was basically one of my favorite attractions there. Like I remember going when I had my pass, my deluxe pass, a long time ago. I just go and watch Phantasmic and people watch. I just like wait there, watch Phantasmic, be happy, and then go kind of thing. And like that's all I needed. Now I go over there. I was passing by there actually when we were doing the Easter egg hunt, and it was. They were like guiding people past there. Like I guess when they used to have Phantasmic, they divert people through there, but now
Yeah,
it's because you ain't got no fast pass or the dinner pass.
like denied.
You're denied. Yeah, so keep moving, move along. I'm like, oh, that's kind of a bummer kind of thing.
Or you can go to the standby that's really on the side.
I did see the standby when because we were looking at the Easter egg near the Haunted Mansion. So we were on that side and we saw people stacking up. I'm like, oh, right, they have that thing now. And that area that I think is near the landing for the rafts and stuff is where
Oh, yeah.
where the standby is, and it's so bad. It's like
You see, like the side of the water screen.
yeah, exactly. It's beyond not worth bothering. Just
Actually,
go do something else.
No, they do have a water screen for the sides.
Yeah,
that
there's a
actually
water
works
screen
pretty
there,
well.
but anything that's happening on the stage,
Oh yeah, you can't see
you
that.
can't see any of that. Or at best, you're going to be looking at Mickey's back most of the time, or maybe not even his back, maybe his side corner.
You'll
So
see the side. Like, I watched it from the standby. It sucks.
if you've seen the show like as many times as I have, I can just hear the music like it's playing now, and I could visualize the show in my head.
Because you've seen it so many times.
I've seen it so many times. I could listen to the music and be able to see it in my head. But if you were there for the first time, or you don't really know the show that well, you're gonna be like, "This thing sucks." But it's all because of the viewing angle. If you're in the front, it's awesome. But now you have to pay to play or get there at least earlier. Where's the fast passes for this ride? Or
Fast
attraction,
passes
sorry.
is right past the Big Thunder Mountain, right by the smoking area in front of Big Thunder Ranch. They have that portable
down
fast
that
pass
walkway
thing.
to Fantasyland.
Yeah, down that walkway. It's that same fast pass cart that they now use actually for that Frozen show in Fantasy Fair as well. Because
They have a fast pass card.
they have
for that?
fast pass for that too.
I thought it was just across the way at California Adventure to meet Anna and Elsa.
No, they have one
the
for
show?
the show now too.
Wow.
So you get a fast pass, and
There's just too many people.
you can either do a standby or a fast pass. If you get the fast pass, you get to go sit inside earlier. But if you're at the end of that fast pass line, you still get stuck with the crappy seat. But then if you do standby, they'll use you to fill in all of the seats inside the theater. But I always, if I do standby, I'm like, I'm just gonna stand, and if I get up to the front, then I'll be like, I just want to stand in the back. So they'll be like, okay, wait to the side. And then once they open that up, I get like the front row at the standing at the back, and it's actually a better seat than.
There's your tip right there.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
You don't have women blocking you, but you're right at the front back.
Front
You're
back.
front at back. You're seeing over all of the people, and I would suggest not standing right in the middle because there's that pole right in the middle of the thing that blocks
Right.
a lot. So stand off like to
The
the
tent
side.
pole.
Yeah.
So now they're
The main
fast
mast.
passing everything
yeah.
because there's just. I mean, I can understand because.
Did you
there's
grab a
just way
fast
too
pass
many
for
people.
Fantasmic?
I wasn't going to go see it that time because we were basically focused on the Easter egg thing.
Oh, okay.
I had actually forgotten that.
Oh, so
It was
you
this
hadn't
bad.
planned it out then.
No, so I was like, Well, usually whenever I saw it, it was always like, oh yeah, Fantasmic's going to be happening. Let's just sit around and wait for it. But then now it's just like, you can't even do that. You have to get a fast pass earlier.
Yeah.
You have to
Well,
be prepared to do it.
It's kind of like when, for World of Color, like they have the standby section pressed up against the Little Mermaid ride. And you can't see anything there because all the tree leaves like dip down really far. And then you have the trees blocking you across the way. So you kind of like...
Yeah, but
have a
I think there's
tiny
still
little
good
bit-
spots for standby World of Color. Also
yeah.
because it's meant to be like, it was like almost
It was
thought-
designed
It was
for that.
designed to be big like that. So there's options for the standby. The Fantasmic one, all the standby stuff is now the fast pass stuff because it was never designed
Yeah, it was
to be that.
shoehorned in.
Yeah, so their standby sucks because they had no other options on where to stuff these people that didn't get fast passes. So that really bummed me out because that's
Whoops.
yeah, that's one of my favorite shows, and yeah, if I have to go through that, we might try the dinner package though, just to check it out. And if we do, we'll
But-
probably get the Blue Bayou one. We'll go big.
Yeah, because those are they're actually tiered. Like you go spend more money at the more expensive restaurants, you get the better seats. You
That's
spend less
lame.
money, then you're kind of pushed out to and back and to the sides. Or Blue Bayou's front and center. Plus, you get the cushion.
Plus, you get a cushion. So
Talked about the cushion.
I think if
The
we
cushion is
do
awesome.
decide to try it, we'll probably try that one because I was only going to do it probably once, just to see it
Yes,
at that.
and it's a nice dinner too.
Yeah. Or do you get to eat at Blue Bayou, or they give you?
No, you get to
You get to eat
at
there.
Blue Bayou.
And then like you get like a special pass that you can go and you can get into the reserve spot.
So yeah, we'll probably try that one time, and we'll report back on what that experience is like.
Well, I feel like it's just gonna be like how it used to be,
Probably.
except I
I
paid to be sitting where I normally.
and I got a
wasn't
cushion, so I don't feel that bad. And I got to eat. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But aren't you? You pay extra though to do the seating package.
it's a
right?
prefix meal, so you actually get, I think, an appetizer, dinner, and dessert to share.
plus the seating.
And then you get the seat cushion and then the guaranteed
Good viewing.
center area. Not, it's still first come first serve for how close to the front you want to sit, because they'll fill in front and kind of work your way back. So you could basically still pay the high price, show up late, and then be sitting on the border with the people who paid less than you. But it's kind of like a World of Color. Like if you go for the prefix dinners at Carthay or that wine one, the wine country,
I
the
we
winery?
did that once, but I
or Ariel's
don't
Grotto.
even remember now.
For what?
For World of Color.
I never did it just because I didn't want to sit in the middle and at the front and get wet.
Well, it's not. You're not in the very front. The front is actually for the
Yeah, you're not in the
standby
wet
fast
zone.
pass people.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not in the wet zone?
No, because
Oh, okay.
they have red, blue, and yellow, and that's like the fast pass random distribution that they have for the regular people. But if you're at the restaurant, there's a white zone. So
Oh, that's right.
White zone.
yeah,
I
more
get it.
more power to you.
I was gonna say, I get it. I see what they did there. All the powers.
'Cause
But yeah.
you spent the money, so it's like
Doors
Come
will
here.
open.
Yeah.
So yeah, we saw the Fantastic one, and we also watched the what's it called? What's the fireworks show called again? We talked about it last.
oh, the one that's currently running right now
Currently
that replaced
running.
the Believe
Yes, I think it's
Fantasy in the Sky.
So we were sitting in a very poor location, actually, because I had forgotten, because you had talked about it and I had forgotten. Or I remember you had talked about it. I was so used to seeing, oh, you want to sit close to the castle so you can see any effects that they have on the castle. So we're sitting, if you're looking at the castle, to the left side of it, where the trees kind of are still grown up. But so when the thing started,
The mature trees
the very mature trees,
very
or the
tall,
one
leafy
piss you
ones.
off trees.
that block
Because we had to,
everything.
we had to wait. Like we still waited about 25 minutes because we sat down. Like, oh, we're pretty close, but the trees were right where the fireworks were, so we were close, just underneath the trees, so you could see only the top of the fireworks from where we were. So I was like, well, that was a poor decision on my part, but it was like you said, it was really short by comparison to other one like Believe and the one before that. I think I really liked. I Believe is one of my favorites. I think the one that they had before I really liked too, which names escapes me at the moment. But I really like
Believe
those
in
fireworks.
holiday magic.
No, I don't really care for the holiday magic one.
But it snows.
I like the snow, but I don't really care for the show. I like fireworks. That's cool, but I'd
Synced-
rather have the regular Believe.
synced with music.
I'd rather have just the regular Believe play and then the snow play or fall, play in fall. But this one's really short. Actually, you weren't kidding. Like
Yeah, it's only a 6-minute show.
after it was finished, Carrie turns to me and is like, "Is that it?" I'm like, "I think so." And other people are like clapping and stuff. Like, you don't even know what you're missing out on. There's barely anything. It's like the intro to a really
No, then
cool
you
show.
turn to them, you do the slow clap, and you're like, first time.
You just don't know any better kind of thing. So pretty disappointed in the fireworks, only because I was so used to such a grand show that seeing these ones I was like,
Fantasy in the Sky.
yay. I mean, it's still cool to see fireworks. I know Carrie's not really into fireworks, so it's more for me, I guess, technically.
Actually, it's 5 minutes. It's a long intro.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. 6 minutes with long intro.
Oh.
Or 5 minutes with long intro.
Yeah, so the minute you get like maybe 1 or 2 launches or something. Yeah.
Now, this is because it's a throwback to
Well,
the
it's
original fireworks show.
It's more of a filler because they're working on the 60th fireworks replacement where they can have the projection mapping on Main Street and all that stuff, the Small World facade. And
It really is
kind
a
of-
filler, though, because it's
Yeah.
really lazy on their part. I mean, not even having the effects on the castle, but just as a fireworks show for Disneyland, you can do better.
Well, now that you're spoiled by what they have now, but back in the day it was like
I'd say
oh,
spoiled,
look.
but I'm also paying a lot more money than I did then. So, yeah, I'm kind of paying more
Like
for the show.
expectations.
Right. My money to expectation level has risen. Mostly the money part has risen. The expectation level is just trying to keep up with, I'll take what I can get kind of thing. So as a filler, I'm like, "Yeah, you could have done something. You don't have to use the castle, but
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that what you just said too for later because I'm going to bring something up about
oh, he's got the
money
dirt.
and value and stuff.
Put a pin in me. He's got the dirt.
Not just in the note of what you're paying, what you get at Disneyland versus the other parks.
So yeah, so
Put a pin in.
put a pin in it.
Pinned.
Pinned. but it was because we have premium passes right now, so we're thinking it was when we first got there. It wasn't well, actually, no, it wasn't too bad when we first got there because it was blacked out for the other passes, so it was a little lighter earlier. Yeah, I think both of them were blacked out except for premium, so a little lighter, a little hot. So that was a bit of a bummer, but we're like, oh, okay, I could see my premium pass paying off because it's like it's not as crowded. But for some reason, around 4 or 5 o'clock,
when everybody gets off of work.
It was a Saturday though. That was what was weird.
When everybody woke up.
Apparently, I don't know. Yeah, at some point, like everyone's like finally like, okay, we'll go now, or maybe they're just not trying to deal with the heat. Maybe that was something. But then,
that's true.
Then it got packed again. So having just a premium pass, still did not pay off, not in the long run. So with them raising the prices again, I don't know if I'm going to get another premium pass for Disneyland. Maybe something else, but it's almost not as worth it now.
Yeah, I know all the parks are like right up against that $100 mark now. I think they're all about $99 for one park one day here at Walt Disney World. The only exception is Magic Kingdom, their version of our Disneyland over here, and that one's $105. So I think
why is that one more?
Well, it's the most iconic and most popular. A lot of people want to go to that one, even though by comparison, it looks more impressive, but content-wise, it just sucks.
The few rides I went on were not that impressive. Yeah, you went on more.
Yeah, the rides you expect to have the same rides that we have at Disneyland over there. It's like, wait, where's this ride? Oh no, they don't have it there. They put it in this other park. Oh, where's this ride? Oh no, they took it in this other park. Like Matterhorn, their version is better, but it's in Animal Kingdom. Star Tours, same version, just done up nicer. It's not at the Magic Kingdom, it's at
Hollywood
Studios. Yeah, a lot of rides like that. Just
they piecemealed it out to other parks
just to kind of spread things out some more because they have the space and Disneyland didn't. So yeah, we're kind of fortunate in a way
that they slammed everything together here because they had to.
Yeah.
But then the problem is now the park's so packed that every ride has a long line. Like it's not separated, it's not pushed out among other parks. It's just like everyone's slammed into one of two parks. And they're like pushing capacity. It seems like every year more and more to capacity, and they'll keep raising the prices.
And then they just there was a shareholder meeting earlier where Bob Iger, the CEO of the company, was talking about all the stuff, and he said right now there's no plans for a third gate, so their focus is to plus up what they have existing for the two parks, Disneyland and California Adventure. So there's a lot of things that are happening, kind of. It's more moving forward with the Star Wars and Marvel and all that stuff, and kind of shoehorning that stuff into the parks, getting more of the princesses out, and kind of converting more of the money-making ideas.
Well, I can't imagine they're hurting for money.
More restaurants.
They're always hurting for money.
I know they'd always love to have more of it, even though they're taking most of it. It feels like. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like they have a license to print money at this point. We're like, we're going to raise the prices again. And
well, one of the things is like, perfect examples is like if you look at Disney World and the new Fantasyland they set up over there, they poured lots of money into there. But the one that's really making the most money out of that area is the Be Our Guest restaurant. Because people line up for that.
No way.
For lunch, and then for dinner, reservation only. If you didn't have reservation, no chance of getting in for standby. Kind of like the Blue Bayou. If you didn't make a reservation there, you don't really have much of a chance of getting in for standby. So
okay,
I mean that's something that's like, hey, if we execute this right and put in a really good theme, people are gonna want it. Like they won't care how much it costs. To a point.
Well, I was gonna say to a point. Also, they're running out of options of stuff to do that doesn't take them forever to go into. Like the rides are so jammed with people that it's like you're debating: do I really want to stand in line for an hour to go on Pinocchio? I don't think it's that bad, but as the capacity gets more and more, it's more and more full, it's just going to be like, even if you need to throw in a new ride, if only just to release some of the pressure on the other rides.
Yeah.
So, or a new restaurant, it'll still turn a profit probably, regardless, because another new place to eat, people are going to go there, but it's not going to reduce, assumably. But I mean, it's not going to help reduce the push on rides that it's so crushing.
The
now
main
that,
reason why people go there.
right? And I don't want to go on anything because even the rides I really don't care to go on have long lines, so it's like doubly insulting. I'm like, I don't even like this ride.
It's funny too because I recently went to Universal and Knott's, and just to kind of pull this in for just a little bit, but they have their version of FastPass there. And it's not where it's included with your theme park ticket. It's actually something that you have to pay for separately. And the price of that Fast Pass ticket for these other locations depends on how busy it is for that day and when in the day you buy it. So if it's really busy and they start selling out, the price is going to start going up.
That's pretty smart.
But the thing is, it's like, it costs almost as much as a one-day ticket. So it's like, oh, I paid like $80 to get into the park, and this ticket's going to cost me $50 to get to the front, like a priority pass, front of the line pass. Even though it's not really front of the line, it's like just a fast pass. So instead of waiting in an hour-long line, you wait in a 5 to 15-minute line.
But that works over and over again, or can you only use it like one time?
No, it works over and over again because you paid for it, but it's like, is it worth it to pay twice just to ride things?
No. Moving on.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, especially for Universal, which I've always said, and you went recently.
Yeah, and they were charging that day we went. There's only like 6 rides and then like 2-3 shows or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So you went? Did you go? You went earlier, right?
Yeah.
And did you get to go on everything?
Yeah, we went on everything.
And did you have the front of the line pass?
No.
There you go.
There's no need for it. But they were charging $50 for that day. And we got the buy a day, get a year thing, but it was from Costco, so it was like $78. And yeah, there was really no need for that. You go early enough in the morning, there's no people at all. But like you were saying last time, if you get there early enough, people... Like, you beat the crowd and you get to do everything before it gets slammed.
boom, done. And then, you hit up City Walk or eat something or do something else because you've ridden on everything.
Yeah.
I think that front of the line pass is best for people that don't know that fact. Like,
yeah, all the tourists that come in from
yeah, they don't know any better. There's your pro tip for Universal. Go early, ride everything.
Yeah. But going back to Disneyland, like... Yeah, do you see them charging for FastPass eventually? I'm pretty sure they're not too far away from it.
I was going to say.
I can see them doing it.
Because it's a lot of money. Especially
it's
with
money
crowds
to be
being
made,
as they are right now.
And it'll only just help them money-wise because it's not going to help reduce anyone's weight or anything.
How do you think that would affect the FastPass wait times? Like, if everyone can just buy it and you're not limited to...
Well, that's the thing is, like, as you start to... The supply dwindles down, the price is going to creep up towards the end. So...
Well, that's the thing. Disney's not really... people are already willing to spend all of their money to go. So if you drop, like, here's a FastPass... You just drop any price you want to a certain extent.
They can probably do, like, $70 and people would buy it.
Yeah.
Because it's less than a day pass. Because a day pass is like $90.
No, it has to be $69.
Okay, it would be $69.
But it's going to start at $69. And then when it just explodes, they're like, and then it's popular now. Time to raise that price up.
They'll go up to 7.
They're steadily.
They'll bump it up until it's basically the same price as a day pass.
Yeah, you're going to have to buy the day pass.
They're going to increase together.
Or
in tandem.
The day pass is going to cost less than the fast pass thing. It's like you can get the day pass, but if you want a fast pass, it's twice as much.
Why?
See, but at Disneyland, if you have that fast pass, if it's unlimited, I would just keep going on the same rides, just fast pass. Like they would have to limit it somehow.
Assumably.
You would think that, but there really isn't a need for that to limit it, because then you're still waiting in line with everyone else too.
To a certain extent. Then eventually it'll just get like really even the fast pass line will be a long wait for the fast pass.
Because I've been in a fast pass line where you had to wait longer than 15 minutes. Like I think we waited almost 25 minutes one time for one of the rides, just because it was so busy in the park. And it wasn't even on one of those crazy days like New Year's Eve. Man, just forget about those days.
And then that's also because the fast pass now, it sells out. But if you can buy them and they're unlimited and there is no, I mean, they already understand that there's got to be a limit.
Yeah.
But if they start selling them, then do you still limit them? Because there's already a limit. They figured in, like, okay, this is what can be capacity without being
the first
per
100
hour.
passes will
Right.
be $50. The next 100 passes will be $60. The next 100 will be $70. The next 100 will be $80. The next 100 will be
But
$90.
then it's like by the end of the day, if they did that, if you're there all day, you could potentially have.
At that point, they just have to just start cutting off the free fast passes in lieu of just, okay, we're getting rid of the free ones.
like,
their
it won't
free
be-
ones would be gone
Yeah,
if
it'd
they're
just be
paying.
all
If they're
paid.
charging,
It'd be all
they're-
paid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all paid. It's all or nothing. They can't do free and paid. That wouldn't work.
Well, because the paid one would be a universal one, whereas the regular fast passes are just
Yeah, they also have
one
it at
ride.
Knott's too. Like Knott's has a pay system. Like I think they call it like Priority Pass or no Fast Lane. Yeah, that's what they call it. So it's like Fast Lane, enter here, and then you look at it and it's like it's about the length of a standard fast pass line at Disneyland.
But yeah,
But then
this would be a
Disneyland, they
second-
started doing fast pass for the shows too, so it would include that as well. Meet and greet with the characters.
It's just getting so compacted at Disneyland
Fast pass
that
for
they
Fantasmic.
they can do that because it's just too many people and not enough space. At least at Walt Disney World, they have it spread out between parks. You kind
It's
of
still crowded.
it's still crowded, but that's because it's also like that. It's a destination place. So
There are pictures up recently from Walt Disney World because it's spring break and a lot of people are going out over there, and they're like, it's so busy they opened up that one food shack on Tom Sawyer Island. Some of the rides that usually don't see a wait at all had like I think a 40-minute wait. It's like for this ride, which you can usually walk on any other day. And
that'd
people
be
are just
my
standing around.
Pirates. Like if it's got Pirates, if I ever see anything longer than 5 minutes,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
usually like,
There's no line
nope.
never a line in the morning. There's never a line late at night. But in the middle of the day, for some reason, it just stretches out and wraps around the rivers of America.
people got to ride something.
Pirates is a lot of the times long whenever I go.
I never go on it during the middle of the day. It's always at the end of the day, last ride of the night, maybe. But
Yeah,
I mean, it's not after you've ridden it so many times. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, like the last hour and a half, you can basically go to Haunted Mansion, Pirates, Jungle Cruise, and they'll all be walk-ons.
Yeah, that's when I always think of those rides. And now that I've seen them that way, I can't see them any other way. Like, oh, there's a line for this? No. I'm not going to wait for
Like,
this,
just
right?
wait till later on tonight.
Yeah. If I'm going to wait in the line, it's going to have to be for something I really like. That's probably going to have a line most of the day. Even at the end, it's probably going to have
Like Space Mountain,
like Space
Thunder,
Mountain.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Big Thunder, Matterhorn. Actually, Matterhorn isn't always long. It depends. Actually, I don't like the new bobsled, so I wouldn't go on it anyways.
I've always thought the bobsleds were always so rocky that I'm like,
The butt pounders.
It got
Goodness.
worse though with the new.
well, I never felt like they ever updated them at all. Like they might have updated the ride, but the track, that's authentic. That's rough. It's always I'm like, okay.
Well, at least the old cars had like super thick seat cushions, and these new ones are just like hard plastic school classroom chairs in a bobsled.
Yeah,
on the
because always
roughest
the
track ever.
the track was always just rough. Like no matter what updates they did to the ride, the track was
Because they never replaced the track.
nope
It was always the same
authentic.
track.
And now, yeah, with the
And they're
harder seats,
still not replacing the track. It's still the classic old
keep it
track.
classy.
And
But
the
yeah.
bobsleds, they're not changing at all. The track is the same. The bobsleds are the same.
Yeah, they're popular.
It's just the show scenes and the sound
Right.
elements and lighting package.
And those are always cool to see, the updates there. But
but
yeah,
that's
it's
gonna-
I never went on a ride that I
When-
usually am clamoring to get on to.
When this new version of the Matterhorn opens, it's going to be packed.
Oh.
That and Peter Pan. Peter Pan's already packed.
Peter Pan,
Peter Pan's
was
gonna
be
not
horrible.
packed.
Even at the end of the night, it's still got a long line that you're still waiting at least half an hour for.
We always try to have that as our last ride, and it's
That
always
should be your first ride. Like,
but it's so
hey,
short too. Though.
15
It's not
minutes.
very long, but it's always got a longer line than
Because it's a unique track layout. You're hanging.
It is true. You can go on all the other dark rides in Fantasyland in the time it would take you to get on to Peter Pan. Usually,
Maybe.
Yeah.
not during the middle of the day, but
Well, at the end of the night.
End of
Like,
the
there's
night.
no wait for Snow White. There's never a wait for Pinocchio or... I think Mr. Toad's has the longest.
yeah,
Mr. Toad's
Had
would be
the
the
longest.
second longest.
Yeah.
Alice is the
Oh,
new one right
oh,
now.
sorry,
because of
Alice
the-
is pretty hot
update.
too, and it's got that weird, really tight line on Alice. It's like, okay, I think we're going this way and
Yeah, they-
around. It's like really
I
tight.
think they put in like 3 switchbacks for an area that should only have 2.
Gotta keep them going. Gotta keep them moving.
Yeah.
Because you're walking by like, oh, sorry. It's like, I feel so claustrophobic in here.
I'm not getting out. I'm not getting out.
It gets to the point where I get tired of saying sorry. Because it's like, I'm pretty sure I've ran into you
Like, oh,
already,
it's
like
you
2-3
again.
times.
You just first time you hit something like sorry is for the future. I'm gonna get tired later.
Yeah.
I may not want to say it later, so
You just announce it, you get in line and you go, everybody, I'm sorry.
or you just bring a sign with you that just says sorry on it. You just hold it up the whole time while you're waiting in line, like just point to the sign every time you bump into somebody. Yeah, okay. They'll get the point.
Sorry.
It's so bad now that it's like I hate taking a bag with me whenever I go there now, because I usually like to take a bag because I like to have like water and stuff in there.
And keep your hands free.
Keep your hands free, and you don't have to worry about stuff. I have my charger in there for my phone and whatnot, and I just have everything in there. But now it's like since it's always so crowded, having that extra bag, you stick out just that little extra, and
You
like you
catch
hit
every-
everybody. You hit everybody.
It's like a magnet.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's like they were on the other side of the park and I hit them somehow.
It's like, especially in line too, it's like, you better not be trying to turn around to talk to your friends or anything.
People in wheelchairs or with strollers.
They're
It's
the
like-
worst.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You can't walk, but your wheelchair's in the way.
But it's just too packed. There's just too many people there.
And those double strollers that are double wides. Oh my god.
Out of the way.
I saw a triple stroller once.
A triple? Like side by side by side?
No, like front to back.
Like a flying V formation?
No.
Like a mini flying V?
Could you imagine? Get out the way!
Just like, yes.
It's like a stretch stroller. It is like extra long.
So you can block a whole path if you go across the middle. You stop in traffic.
I don't have very good turning radius on here.
20-point turn.
It's got one of those warning signs like they have on trucks, like wide
Wide
turns.
Beep, beep, beep. Backing up here.
So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna renew our passes because it's
Yeah,
just
Steven,
not fun going anymore.
Steven said
hard.
he's not renewing again.
It's just
last time.
It's too, because I used to like to also just maybe sit around and people watch or just sit on the train and relax, but it's too expensive just to do that. You got to do
you
something.
have to do something.
Yeah.
Well, even going on the train, so many people are on the train now that it's like,
I can't even relax on the train. It's true. I remember back in the day, you could just roll on the train, almost have
one
a
got
car,
on it.
and just like no one else.
And now you get in the station and like, oh, I can't get on this train. And you're looking at the line. I think I
even know
got
the
3
name.
more trains.
Yeah. I'm like, the train, really?
And then you see a full train come in, like no one's getting off. Like, ah, damn it.
It sucks. It's like that used to be the thing. Like if you just needed to relax, or if you wanted to just quickly get to the other side of the park, you just hop on the train. But now it's packed.
It is always
Like all of the train stations, even like that Toontown train station is full.
Yeah, that used to be the little secret one. It's like, oh, no one ever gets on here. Bird's out. Secret's out.
Well, and then it doesn't help with making the magical map right there, so it releases and everyone's like, oh,
Oh, that's true.
let's get on the train.
It's a bad situation that's only getting worse, and doesn't. I don't know what kind of solutions they could get for it. I mean, it's just there's just too many people in the park.
Well, I mean, they're trying by raising the prices. They're
But
like,
people are still
but-
paying the prices, so that's not mitigating anything really.
Plus, it doesn't help. Like, I mean, you still want to go to normal people that want to go apart that don't, that can just mortgage off their house just to go to the park anymore. It's like now it's just becoming, oh, are you rich? Oh, then you can't enjoy
I'm sorry,
Disneyland.
you can't
go. There's no happiness for you here, kind of thing. You can't afford to just go on a trip there anymore.
it's horrible. Like, for an average family of 4, it's ridiculous just to get into the park
And not be able to ride anything more than maybe 1 or 2 rides
in
Well,
a day.
in a day.
in an average family of 4, usually it'll be like little kids and they want to meet the characters. So you spend most of your day waiting in line to meet all the characters.
Yeah, and
Get
dealing with
autographs and stuff.
everybody.
So you're not really doing too many rides. You're just
So you're-
like, hey.
So you're paying for just to meet
Elsa.
the characters.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
but
don't
that-
feel like I don't know if I'd feel worse about that then.
well, I don't know. I mean, at least that it's like you can't go anywhere and get to do that.
Maybe
Yeah,
Hollywood Boulevard.
Maybe, but at least
Knock
this one's
off
better
Elsa.
quality. Drugged up Elsa.
I was gonna say, it's questionable.
She likes her ice.
I remember
Just carrying a bag of ice.
they were on
It's
the news,
melty.
like somebody was getting mugged and Superman was just standing there. He's like, not my
Not
problem.
my problem.
I'm not saving the world.
Nope. I'm here on Hollywood Boulevard.
Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man just watching a guy get mugged.
Not my problem. Does this look like Gotham to you? Nope.
This isn't
It's
Metropolis.
Not Metropolis. Not
He's
my
like, "That
city.
bastard
Not even
didn't
New
tip
York."
me. He deserved it.
Yeah. So
He tried
yeah,
to
you
take
don't
my
get to
picture.
see the characters anywhere else. So if that's what you're paying your money for, everyone's got to
guess.
pay for it for different things.
But
It's
even at
family
that,
of 4.
it's expensive to
Yeah.
just to. All you're doing is just taking pictures. That's expensive, actually.
And then you're going to probably buy food.
And souvenirs.
Yeah.
If you have kids, they're gonna want souvenirs.
Split
the
this churro.
food prices they're not too bad at Disneyland compared with the other theme parks. Especially Knott's. Knott's was the most expensive. And I think Magic Mountain too.
Magic
I haven't been
Mountain.
there
Magic
in a while.
Mountain was always bad on food prices.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
'cause you're in the middle of nowhere.
mostly
They're
Magic
like, where are you gonna
Where
go?
are you gonna go?
You want to eat or you want to starve?
Mostly
Can't get away from us.
because Knott's and Magic Mountain. I think I'm not sure if Magic Mountain's still doing it, but they have a meal plan for those 2 parks.
No way. Tell me more.
So they offer a thing where you can pay for your meal ahead of time online, and you save, I don't know, like $5 or something, right? So instead of costing like $15, $16, you're only paying like $10, $11
Okay.
to get your thing online. And then they try to sell you these refillable mugs or cups.
Yeah. The souvenir
like-
cups.
If you buy it for the first time of the day, you get to get free refills all day, and then each time you come back and bring your cup, it's only 99 cents instead of $3 or $4.
That's worth it.
Yeah, that's how they sell. That's how they spin it to you.
Is that why you bought one?
Yes,
Bum, bum, bum.
but then we have the season pass, so we're thinking long term, thinking 4th dimensionally.
That must hurt.
Only for Doc Brown.
So
Marty.
you went to Knott's Berry Farm. We went to Disneyland. You went to Berry Farm.
Oh yeah, that. Wait, no, I was working that.
Well,
The day that you went, but then
But this
after I went to
weekend,
Knott's.
yeah,
Yeah.
this weekend I was at Disneyland.
I experienced the Berry Festival.
And
Flashback
it was-
to last podcast.
report back on the berry
Everything was
festival.
delicious.
Everything was
buy
delicious.
everything.
Boysenberry
Unless you don't like
everything.
boysenberries, then buy nothing.
Wait, you had a boysenberry thing when you were at Disneyland, right?
Oh, right. Before we leave Disneyland completely. I guess near the fanfare.
Fantasy Fair?
Fantasy Fair, fanfare. They have a cart
Maurice's Treats.
that sells Boysen Apple, which
Drink.
is a
It's
drink.
a slushy.
It's supposed to be, I guess, a mixture of boysenberry and apple, but it's got like an apple base, like a kind of like a Slurpee,
Isn't it an apple froth?
something like that. But it's the base is an apple, and then they have the boysenberry is like a sauce they put on it or in it, sauce, syrup, sauce,
Saucy.
syrup. But the problem was it all sank to the bottom, or unless I weren't paying attention, maybe she started and put it in the bottom and then put the apple one on top. But
Oh shoot!
there's
Hope
this
they didn't see.
there's all this apple stuff, and then at the bottom you can see this layer of, I guess, boysenberry colored stuff. And we're just like, huh,
Purple stuff.
basically purple stuff.
I think it settles like that.
Yeah, I think it does too, because we didn't have a spoon to mix it, so we're trying to mix it with the straw.
That's
Not
why you need your
really.
bag that has a
See?
spoon in
You
it.
need a spoon because
You just make your way over to the Mary Poppins place bakery.
the Jolly
Oh,
Holiday.
Jolly Holiday?
Bakery.
Thank you.
You
That's our pro right there. That's our guy, our Disneyland guy.
It escaped my name.
You're-
The name
Uh-oh.
escaped.
it's going down. It's going
It's
down.
past midnight.
He's breaking down.
I didn't get much sleep last night either.
He did. I don't think he did. But we got that. But the thing was, it was weird because it was separated. So you drink it and you get a bunch of the apple. Then all of a sudden, boom, you get the syrup of the boysenberry just all of a sudden. So it was like super sweet shot. All of a sudden it came out.
Shots.
And we couldn't mix it very well. We tried to, but it was
That's
it's
why you
also
gotta
a
go
very
across the way and get a
flimsy
spoon.
straw.
it was a very flimsy straw. So it was bendy and stuff. We're like, okay, we'll just suck it up, and we sucked it up. But it was okay, I guess, but nothing like what probably Ben experienced at his. Oh, and also they sold a twist at that stand.
They
too,
have the cheddar garlic bagel twist,
which is what I tried because
which is delicious.
it smelled really good. And I was
Did it
like,
taste really good?
It tasted pretty good. I wish it wasn't a bagel though. I wish it was something just a little softer because it was a little bit too chewy for the bagel one. Like if it was some kind of
More
other.
of a pretzel, like
Maybe
Wetzel's
some kind of
pretzels,
other
or-
bread. Yeah, something a little
It's
softer
those-
where that pulled easier. But I mean, it didn't make it terrible. It was just like something I was like, this is a little bit more chewy than I imagined it
So
to
you're just
be.
being nitpicky.
See, I
Yes.
like it because
It was still good though.
Food
it's
hipster.
pretty.
Yes.
Um,
I liked it my way better.
see, I like that one because I feel like you get a lot more for your money. Because since it is a bagel twist and it's pretty big, you get. It's very filling for how much you're paying for it compared to
How
a
much
lot of
is
other
it?
stuff. I think that one was like $6.90, $7.95.
I don't exactly remember. It was at the end of the night and it smelled really
I
good.
guess it's comparable to buying a pretzel at Wetzel's.
It was
Yeah.
big too. Yeah, you got a lot.
You get a lot with it. It's filling.
It was a pretty. I thought it was a pretty good deal, and it.
for Disneyland.
But it was only there. You couldn't get anywhere else.
No, you
either.
can't get
So
it anywhere else.
And it's a small place over there, so if we never even go over there that often, so you could easily miss it because if you never walk over in that area, unless you wanted to swing dance or see.
They also
the-
have the strawberry twist and the chocolate twist as well, which is kind of more like a pastry type twist.
Wait, they have some of the twists at the Jolly Holiday.
Yes, that's only the strawberry one though.
Okay.
They don't have the bagel twist. The bagel twist you can only get there, and then I believe the chocolate twist they
And
they
at
don't sell
California
anymore.
Adventure too, right? In the Frozen Fun play area, the snow
I don't.
thing with Olaf.
Do they have it there?
Yeah, they have. I think it might be that same one.
Do they
boys-
have the blueberry one then? They
They-
could have the blueberry twist that has the
Yeah, I think it's
edible glitter and it has blue frosting.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Because it's the Frozen themed one.
Yeah.
For that snow play area.
That one's pretty good. I like that one.
I still like the garlic cheese one.
Oh, I like the garlic cheese one better. But out of like the
Garlic.
fruit twist
Garlic.
ones, the pastry ones, I like the blueberry one, the frozen themed one. That one was good.
Because of the sugar. Sugar.
So yeah, we got that at the end of the night because we were actually
It
we
smelled good.
ended up in that area because we thought the egg was there, but apparently that was a trick. Yeah, like I forgot, it said
But you found a bagel twist.
like fanfare or something, or fantasy fair or something like that. It was like another fair, but it wasn't supposed to be that one. You were supposed to go to the area across from Small World. That area,
Okay.
I don't know what it's called.
Which one?
The one in front of Small World, that
The
meet
theater.
and greet area,
Right.
or maybe it's
Oh.
the theater.
No, that's the Small World Promenade.
Okay, then must be it's
whole-
the theater.
Oh yeah, though by
the
the
theater
theater,
called?
there's a little shack that they have bratwurst over there that you can buy.
Well, no, what's that area called? Because we ended up over there because we thought there was an egg in that area with the Fantasy Fair area. But apparently we weren't the only one. Someone else with a map was there and like, is this area, this Fantasy Fair or something kind of fair area? And they're like, oh no, that's not this one. It's the other one on the other side of the park.
Because Fantasy Fair is the one where they have the little shows and they have the Maurice's treats. The
I think
other
he's talking
10
the
is
Mickey and Magical Map.
Mickey and the Magical Map Theater is...
But they didn't call it that, at least on the map. It was
that
called
one
something
is
different.
called the...
What does it say on the computer? What does the map look like?
What theater is it?
It's the Fantasyland Theater.
Oh, it's a Fantasy Land. Yeah.
But it was something, yeah.
Because Fantasy Fair is the one that has the Maurice's treats.
Oh wait, Fantasy Fair. Yeah, that's the one nearer to.
Yeah, it's just called the Fantasyland Theater.
Yeah. Fantasy is
Before that, it
Fantasy
was called
Land.
Videopolis, and I think yeah.
Yeah, that one. But it was. What was it called? Whatever it was called. It was something that it confused people that had the map.
Well, because it's pretty close. It's either Fantasyland Theater or Fantasy Fair. And they're in two very different
They're both
locations.
Fantasyland.
Yeah.
Still,
They're on opposite sides of
one's in the
Fantasyland.
front, one's in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was confusing. I don't know. I don't think we were the only ones that ended up in the wrong area. Actually, I went over to that side first, but there was no one there. And I was kind of I was like, we're like the only ones around here. Because I thought that was the first place I thought of. But there was no one there, so I was like, oh, maybe it's the other one. So we took the train around, and then they pointed us back that way. And it was the end of the night. I'm like, I'm not going back there. It was like our last sticker, so we knew which one it was. So it wasn't like we were like, oh, we need to figure it out. We're like, oh, we're done. Because it was after the fireworks and everything. So we're like, it's close enough. We're good. But yeah, that's how we ended up over there. I'm like, oh, that smells really good, actually. Let's try that.
It is very good.
And I never heard of
you're
it
talking
before.
about the gift shop, the Fantasy Fair gifts.
That's the one. That's what it is. Fantasy Fair gifts. But it doesn't say gifts on there. I
No.
think on the map it just says Fantasy Fair.
Yeah, it's that separate toy store, like that little carousel looking one across from the Small World toy store.
Got it. They have a lot of popcorn in there.
Yeah,
That's the one where
Popcorn,
they
cheddar,
actually
caramel.
wanted you to go.
pre-bagged.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, oh, okay. And that wasn't what I was thinking. I thought it was the fair area where it's the show or the meet and greet area, but it's actually the store. But yeah, that was one that threw people off. Geppetto's wagon?
Geppetto's.
Not Stromboli's wagon.
Oh, across from the Village House
Yes.
restaurant. Yeah,
People figured that out because the Dumbo ride was one of them, and it's like kind of just down the street from there.
Mhm.
So
It's like three little things right there.
yeah, right there. And it's funny because it's a store, so there's a cast member in there, but the eggs like on just on the other side of the wagon, like you go around the corner. So I imagine that cast member had to answer a lot of people with maps going, "Oh, is this the right place?" Over and
What are you
over and over
talking about?
again. I think she should have
they
done
start
that.
messing with people.
Just mess with people because it's just
Shoot,
like,
if I was there, I would have.
You got to go to New Orleans Square, catch a train, get off at Toontown, make your way back.
Hey, you're back. Yeah.
oh yeah, it's
here.
right over there. It's around the corner right there. 3 steps over. You'll see it. Yeah, basically. So I was like, man, those cast members must keep having to answer the questions, and it's not going to stop for the rest of the month. So get used to, like, yes, it's right there. It's right there, around the corner.
They just have a sign.
Egg
That
this
way.
way. But yeah, that was our trip to Disneyland.
So you had fun.
Yeah, the egg searching part was fun. You can have fun with that, which made me want to think about other scavenger hunt things that they have. Do they have something like that? like on a yearly thing. I was gonna say Gumball Rally, but that's different. That's the most rides, right?
Yeah,
Where you try to go
that's
on.
most rides.
But
And that's usually done by other fan websites out there.
do they have like a scavenger hunt type one? I think was there like
I know they have
Mickey
one for
Minnie's?
Yeah, that's for cast members that
Ah.
work there. Minnie's Moonlight Madness, but it's more
Right.
like kind of solving clues, and you're tied up in teams of 4, and then you go run around saying, "Okay, where's this place?" And it's a riddle, and you figure it out. You go run over there, and I think you take a picture, and then write down the answer on the sheet, and then move on to the next question and do all that stuff. And whoever finishes first and gets the most points,
Yeah, I think
they
when
win
I
the title.
worked for Disney a long time ago, I'd heard about it. But I didn't know it was only a Disney thing until later. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
Bummer.
not just Disneyland employees, but like any Disney employee.
yeah, any Disney employees. But they don't have one of those for just guests, like, or a fan made version of that.
I think if you get invited, right, by a Disney employee, then you can go.
If you
Well,
get
you can
invited
go-
by a Disney
yeah.
employee, but that's only if you know someone that works for Disney.
Yeah.
Then you can do that.
Otherwise, too bad. Wah, wah.
I was surprised. Well, because the Gumball Rally though, that's all fan made, right?
Yeah.
So-
but those people, they have premium passes, and they're never gonna get rid of them.
Right.
And they're like, I think they meet every Sunday in the park, or they have set meeting times.
Huh.
And then they all take a picture and just kind of hang out and talk, and like, hey, let's go eat here, let's go do that. And I think I was at the park one time on a Sunday, and I saw those groups, like more than one group. I'm like, oh, huh. It's kind of,
You should join
Weird.
the group.
it's like, nah.
They're usually some weird people, though. Like, you look into there, and it's like,
Is not what you want to hang with.
yeah.
We're not going to be invited. But no.
Thanks, Corey.
Man, you're so close. We're trying
you
to win
guys
them,
can, but
win
not
them
me.
over, so we could learn their secrets.
No, they're big groups too. Like, we were eating at Rancho del Zocalo, one of our usual go-to spots, and there's this group that just kind of held this really long table. I think there's like 20 of them, and they're like, "Hey, how's it going? What's up?" And I was like, "Do they all know each other?" It's like, no, everyone comes from all different walks of life, different backgrounds, and everything. It's like, this has got to be a fan group.
Like
And
the gangs. You wanna be
No,
a
it
gang?
wasn't. It wasn't the social clubs.
Sorry, my bad. Social clubs.
Don't be a passhole.
I admit I do not know much about it, but it always is interesting whenever I see them
Yeah.
around. What is that about? Do you know anything about
Well,
those?
they take pride in the parks and everything, and they kind of form their own cliques, like high school cliques in a way. But they pride themselves on keeping Walt's memories and intention of or vision of the park alive. So if they see trash on the ground, they'll go and pick it up and throw it away, and they'll kind of go out of their way to make a Disney experience happen, sort of,
In their leather jackets.
or denim.
Or denim jackets,
Yeah.
sorry. My bad. No need to discriminate.
But it's the same as like the motorcycle clubs where you have to earn your patches. You get the top one, and you get the bottom one, then
For
you get
killing
the center
somebody.
one.
So you have to kill somebody in the park to get a patch.
Yeah, so there's
Bare
people
hand
who
strangulation, right?
they go and they join, and then just to get the patches for the jacket, and then they're like, "Okay, I'm out. I got what I needed." They're like, "That's not the point. You're supposed to."
Plus, I'd assume the patches are only cool when you're in the group.
Yeah, if you're wearing it outside of the group, you're like, "Hey!" It's like, "Wait, it's that guy."
Yeah, it
Like
doesn't-
everybody knows you. So
like to go in just to get the patches. Like it's only cool to that group.
Yeah.
No one else knows what it means. So it seems like a weird.
And it's
goal.
not like you can really wear it around inside the park when that group is there regularly, because then they'll single you out. It's like you're marked. You got a target. You're wearing a
scarlet letter.
target. Yeah.
So then they have to jump you out of the group, basically, but in Disneyland.
Sure.
They have to beat the crap out of you in Disneyland, and then you're in the group or you're out of the group because it's hardcore. Social club. Not a
Social
gang.
club. No. Not a gang. Not a gang.
Do you see those around?
Oh yeah, I see them all the time.
What they
They're
have?
there every day.
Yeah, they're like there all the time.
But they're
Anytime
different
I
ones.
go.
Right.
Different ones, yes.
Mm-hmm. Every time I go, I see like a few of them.
And they have like their cool social club names, right? I don't know what they.
Yeah, they have
Do
some.
you know any of the names of any of them?
Actually, I do. There's
They have the Mad Hatters.
Mad Hatters. That's pretty spiffy.
That's one, right?
yeah.
They have da, 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 da.
Well, here's a list of them.
We do our
I'll
research
just
here.
read off the ones that are more interesting, I guess. Or should I just go down the list and you tell me to stop?
No, if you
'Cause
see
there's a
some
lot.
You see something that sticks out to you.
interesting ones,
There's the Manor Keepers,
the Manor Keepers.
the Mad Tea Party,
That's all better.
the Wonderful World of Phantasmic,
That's weird.
Tomorrowland Jedi, Tomorrowland Rebels, Tomorrowland Legends, Tomorrowland Ewoks.
I get
There
it.
we go.
Tomorrowland.
Yeah. Mickey's Dreamers, Mickey's Empire, Little Henchmen, Hell's Toads, Haunted Mortals, Dole Lip Boys, Disney's Diamonds in the Rough,
I get what you did there.
The Villains.
Huh.
Yeah, see that? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, that's just a few. There's a lot.
So there's a lot. So that means technically, if you can get 3 to 4 people together, you can start calling yourself a social club,
As long as it's not one of those names.
as long as it's not already taken.
Yeah. You're like, we came with that first. And start a turf war.
Where everyone uses the same turf.
Yes.
Where everybody's turf is Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
What about the downtown Disney turf? Is that still up for grabs? Can you still get a piece of that?
The
Yeah.
Wonder Grounds.
No one has downtown yet.
Or a certain parking lot structure level, like this level here.
The Chernobog's already taken. Can't do that.
Can't do that.
The Disneyland Chunkies.
The Disneyland parking structure.
The Mickey and Friends.
The Mickey and Friends.
The Disney Punks.
Or the Chippendales. For all the handicaps out there.
Jack's Nightmares. I missed that.
That's good. That's wrong. That'd be a perfect one. Social club. Handicap only.
Chippendales.
The Chippendales. I see what you did there. That was very good.
No, it doesn't look like it's taken. There's one called the Dingle Hoppers.
And they're all bald.
Maybe. I don't know. Avengers. That's original.
That's copyrighted. Oh no, the Avengers. I guess it's copyrighted. You can be an Avenger. You just can't be the Avengers.
Yeah.
Huh. I know there's so many. I mean, I see them from time to time, but by the looks of it, you only see them. There's so many of
The
them.
Magic Geekdom.
It's kind of outside of a Disney one, but I guess I could kind of see it there.
One's just called the Park Hoppers.
Okay, as good as anything else. Can't really complain about that one.
Raiders of Disneyland.
The Fast Passes. Fast Passers. Or the
There's
Fast
like
Passees.
social club wars, like where they do fight over turf, except it's not like a crazy gang war type thing. It's like a Disney trivia contest. Best one takes the turf and shares it with the other, however many social clubs there are. We could start our own, huh?
Yes, you could.
We just need cool jackets in leather or denim
Yeah.
and patches. I think.
It'll have a taco on it.
The
With
social
Mickey ears.
patches.
Gotta start somewhere. And you only need 3 people. We got 3 people.
Right here.
Perfect. We can start our own social club.
Here for the patches.
We're just here. That just says
That's our name. Here for the patches.
here for the patches. I heard there was going to be patches. Sorry, I went off on a
Sidetrack.
Yes, I always wondered about it because I didn't see that many of them, but it still catches my eye whenever I do see them. I'm like, yeah, that's a thing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get them any mad at me because I don't want them to beat me up when I go again. So
They don't know what you look like. They just know what you
Yes.
sound like.
that's
They're
true.
gonna hear you talking online. They'll be like, "You, huh?
What are you talking about?
I got a tallish with long hair, glasses.
White."
I'll probably be wearing a funny T-shirt of some kind that will be prudent to whatever holiday is coming. I'll stand out. You'll know me. And go ahead, yeah.
Possibly like a bluish teal jacket on. too.
Probably, yeah. So you can come up to me and tell me what you really think.
You're so in trouble.
Yes. We shouldn't step into the park anytime soon. We're just making enemies now.
And
So yeah, that was my experience at Disneyland. But you were at Knott's Berry
Knott's Berry
Farm,
Farm.
not at Disneyland. Except
Knott's
that's
Berry
all you talk
Farm.
about is Disneyland.
and Universal.
The
So
weekend
I actually
before.
have a perspective on those two parks in comparison to Disneyland.
They're better,
No,
Blasphemy.
they're just cheaper.
They're definitely cheap.
better.
You can get a season pass at Universal for $78 at Costco, or $84 at Knott's Berry Farm. And Knott's Berry Farm's not blocked out at all.
Wait, $84 is a season pass?
Mhm.
Oh, that's not bad.
And Knott's actually has the monthly payments. So you can pretty much pay $14 for 6 months, and that's all you pay for no blackout dates.
Wait, how
Yeah.
much?
$14 a month. So your
And
first
there's
payment is $14, then the next month on the same day
So
$14,
it's
and it's
no
only for 6
interest?
months. No interest.
Huh. And there's no like initial fee? Like, you know how Disneyland you have to pay like $100 and or like a day
No,
pass?
that's your initial fee. Is you pay the $14.
Oh, nice.
So you're not paying like one day and then it's split up amongst the rest of the time, where you get charged the second day, the day after you first visit, as your first payment.
Mm.
So it's like, oh, I paid $99 to get in the first day. That's the base price for the pass. And then my monthly payments start tomorrow. And that's payment month 1, and then 2, 3, 4, all the way to 12.
Got
This
it.
is just 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. 14
And only
first-
6 months.
Only 6 months.
And are there passes from the date of purchase, or is it till end of year?
It depends which one you buy. The one I got was through their website, so it's for 2015. So that's the one where they actually had a sale on it, which is why it was so cheap too. And I think the sale's till April something or other.
It's a pretty good sale, though, right? That they have on it, like for nuts.
Yeah. They have different options that you can add on. Like you can add on parking or drink and dining deals and all that stuff. And that after you add all that stuff into it, it's like, well, it does kind of make it worth it if you do go enough. Now, the only problem I would say is, like, I was there a while ago, like a long time ago, say 10 years, maybe more.
Was that for
less-ish.
Knott's Berry Farm or Knott's Scary Farm?
Knott's Berry Farm.
No one went to Knott's Berry Farm back then,
Yeah.
except for you.
It was,
One person.
that park was bad back then. It's pretty ghetto. But
So, now-
what happened is the former president of Disneyland is now president of Knott's, and he's taking his mentality or that kind of Disney approach to making Knott's better. So he started with Ghost Town, which was the original first part of Knott's Berry Farm when it first opened, and totally refurbished that whole area, put in themed music, so it's not playing pop music anymore, overhauled the 2 original rides, all new animatronics, show scenes, lighting, the whole package, and kind of having more of that regular feel. So in Ghost Town, they have the local artists, I guess is what they call them, and it's basically like kind of those arts and crafts fair people that make stuff and then they sell it to you, but they bring them into the park and sell it in the Ghost Town area.
Sorry, it's being a tangent or so, but did they used to have something called the Mystery Lodge or something?
Yeah.
Is that in the Ghost Town area?
No, that's not in.
It's gone now.
Wait, it was?
Yeah,
Wait,
it was there.
Okay, because I never went, but I remember seeing commercials for it when I was younger.
That's the
What
one where,
was it? I kind of can't remember, but it was like...
Wasn't Mystery Lodge over by the Rapids ride?
Oh,
over
no,
in the
no,
back.
no. They still have that. Yeah,
Oh, wait. They have the Rapids ride. They have Mystery.
both.
It was it
Both.
called the Mystery
No, I
Lodge?
think
It must
It's called the
talking-
Mystery Lodge.
I was thinking the haunted house or something that they had there, or the mystery whatever.
What
it's-
is it?
Mystery Lodge is that Indian thing where
The kind of like an Indian shaman spirit show thing, spirit animal show. So they have an actor behind glass, and then they project things onto the glass, like things coming out of the fire as he's doing like one of those kind of traditional dances. So it's like a small show in a small theater thing, and it's kind of spiritually, I guess.
Because I remember, when I was younger, because this came out like
A
it
while
came
ago.
out
It's
a
still
long
there.
time ago.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure if it was still
Has
there.
it
And I never-
changed at all?
Yeah, the one they got rid of was that haunted house thing,
Because the only
where
times,
you pour water and it goes uphill, or you roll a ball and
the only times I ever went were for Not Scary Farm, so the focus was always less on the rides, more on the
scares.
mazes and
Yeah.
stuff. So I remembered when you were talking about Ghost Town, I was like, oh right, I remembered that. So maybe it's another reason to go to Knott's Berry Farm, among the other reasons you've been stating.
Well,
Sorry.
if you want to add on parking, well, okay. Wait, where was I?
Sorry, that was my fault. You gotta,
Okay, if you want to add parking, it's like just $55 they added on, where Disneyland was like $100 before they stopped doing that altogether. And parking, I think, is like $17.
$17. Wait, at not or Disneyland?
Both.
They're both $17.
Yeah, I think a 1-day pass is.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
Okay. So parking, reasonable.
Oh wait, no, $15. Sorry, at Knott's, $17 at Disneyland.
Still expensive.
Yeah, but
So-
to add on all season parking to your pass for $55,
That's not bad.
that's what Disney used to have.
Used to.
But then they had problems with overcrowding in the parking structure. Yeah. And then the other thing that they have is adding on meals to your plan, where you can add on all season dining plan, where you get 2 meals every visit. So they sell it as a lunch and dinner. So you have 1 meal, wait 4 hours, you can grab another meal, and it's already included in whatever you initially paid for. So if you go like every single day that you have your pass, it works its way to being almost free.
so you should go
But if
every
you-
day and not have to pay anything for more food.
And you have free food for a year till 2015.
Yes, I like to order that to go.
I think
Everything is to go.
we were kind of doing the math on it, and it's like, oh, it's less than $2 if you only go on the weekends for the rest of the year. It's less than $2 a meal because it's $120 to add it on. But once you do all that, it's like, hey, it's pretty cheap, and the meals there, they're expensive. It's like $15.29 plus tax. So $16.51 or 52, I think, per meal per person. So that adds up. But then they don't have to go boxes. So if you have like containers, or just asking for another plate so you can kind of cover the top and just walk it out of the park, you're good. You have
Or
to eat
you
it
can
there.
bring your own bag and then have your own things to carry the food in.
Because
Hey,
if
Corey?
you bring
Yeah.
a bag,
See?
it's not that crowded where you won't bump into people, Corey.
Okay.
I was going to ask about another ride.
No, but the reason why I went there was because of what we were talking about last week was the Boysenberry Festival.
So, report.
The report.
Breaking
Was-
news.
Well, it's not really much
Come
different.
on. Excite us.
Give us the news.
Thrill us.
Where's the sizzle?
Come on.
So I did try their main thing, which was the alligator bites. The most, well, okay, I take that back. The fun bun's the main thing. That was delicious. In that video where that guy eats it and he rolls his eyes in the back of his head, yeah, it's pretty much like that. And we got extra frosting, Corey.
Yes.
Except the frosting's not like that kind of just white cream frosting like at at Disneyland. And it's like super sweet, like it hurts your teeth sweet. It's actually a good boysenberry mix where it's not too sweet at all. Stop laughing. Corey.
Yeah.
Corey.
What? Extra frosting.
Yeah, so it's a cinnamon roll, fried, dipped in funnel cake batter, deep fried, and then poured with boysenberry icing on top.
Was we get to the fair? Jeez.
So we actually got
It is a
Fair
boysenberry
food. It looks
fair.
like fair food. Where it's
So-
like a monstrosity.
like so much more extra frosting, like a separate container of frosting that they gave us to put on top of that and eat with it.
Nice.
It's like they give you a generous amount too, but then we just wanted more.
Because you're that kind of people. We'll take
We-
more. There's a ton on there.
We almost used it up. Almost.
That's you though, man.
I was gonna say you didn't
wasn't
have to. You could have gone. You could have gone small. Nope.
Go big or go home. So my bite was just covered in frosting, like you couldn't see the piece.
Typical Ben.
Yeah, but it was good. It was
It's
really
worth doing. It's worth overdoing.
good. And they charge $8.99 for the fun bun. So for $9, not too bad for what you get. It was
Okay.
delicious. But the other thing they have there too is
The meal
the tasting card.
tasting card.
And the tasting card, that is $25. And you get 6 different samplings of food. Corey?
Huh?
6 different samplings of food. I think I texted you when I was there.
Yeah, I know. And you sent me pictures of everything, making me super jealous.
Because you're supposed to go, and you didn't go.
Well, some people I gotta work to be able to pay for all of this food.
It was a pretty good
We were
deal.
thinking about going, but then you guys already went anyway.
Yeah, but we didn't get to try everything. That's the thing. Because the tasting card only gets you a small portion of what's over there. So you get 6 options. The first one's the ear of corn with a farm fresh boysenberry butter. And it's also at the same station where you get your second item, which is a spicy boysenberry barbecue wings, which was not spicy at all, but tasted very barbecuey.
According to Ben.
According to everybody.
Oh, okay.
Because they now sell the boysenberry barbecue sauce at Knott's, and that's been like a hot ticket item. Like everybody wants that. They're like, this is so good, you have to get it, because they use it on the wings, they use it on the ribs. I didn't get a chance to get the ribs and try it,
What?
but if they're as good as the wings were, man, that'd be so good.
Wait, the rib isn't part of the tasting card, or
No,
are
it's
there
not.
different tasting cards?
No, it's just the one tasting card, and the ribs aren't part of it.
That's lame.
There's a lot of food too, because they give you a good amount. Like the ear of corn's like a full ear of corn. It's not like one they break in half.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So you can actually break it in half and share it with someone. Like the tasting card, you can literally go split the tasting card with 2 people.
And
eat.
how much is the tasting card?
$25 for
Okay,
6
that's not bad.
samples. The barbecue wings, you get half a pound. So I think they give you 4 pieces, and a full pound's like 8. So it's not too bad. Then you get fried alligator bites with fries and boysenberry aioli. Now the thing with that, you get a ton of fries. It comes in those like paper cones, but you only get 3 pieces of alligator. 3 pieces.
Are they like big pieces?
Not really.
Like- Like Chick-fil-A sized chicken nuggets, or like
yeah. Like that?
like McDonald's size chicken nuggets.
They're pretty small. Like,
Oh, that's like calamari size chicken nuggets.
yeah. Like even zooming into the picture doesn't help.
That's like calamari size
Yeah,
alligator.
but you only get
bites.
3 pieces, and I'm like, what the heck? So it's like a full thing, because these things aren't cheap either. It's $10, $9.99 if you want to get fried alligator and fries or fried cheese curds.
But if you
and fries.
don't get the sampler, do you get more than that? Did you only get 3 because it's the tasting card?
Yeah, you only get 3 because it's a tasting card,
but
which you might get 3, you might get 4. Depends on the person, I guess.
So what if you just order the alligator bites by themselves?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I ordered the cheese curds by themselves because they weren't on the tasting card, and I wanted to try what they were. And this is how many cheese curds I got in this picture here.
So 5.
I think there's 6 in there. But the rest of the cone's still fries. So the fries stay at the same level. It's just like, oh, I'll put in 3 pieces, and then I'll put in 6 for a full amount. It's like, am I paying $10 for a cone of fries? And like
You
a
like
little bit of toppings?
fries?
Yes. Are the fries good at least?
Yeah, the fries are good. They're always good. But the cheese curds are pretty good too, but they were not worth the $10. And the alligator bites, I wouldn't pay for them separately. I'd get them as part of the tasting card, but I wouldn't buy them on their own.
What do they taste like?
Alligator. Chicken.
Alligator chicken?
I would liken the taste to like really dark meat chicken,
Okay.
a little bit denser, and slightly like a fish stick kind of taste to them. And they were really salty.
Huh.
And that's... Otherwise, it basically tastes just like popcorn chicken.
Popcorn alligator?
Pretty much. Like, if you look at the size of the thing, which this picture will go up on Facebook eventually. Yeah. But moving on down the list, they had a hot dog with boysenberry relish and boysenberry ketchup.
Okay.
So it's actually a foot-long hot dog that you get. The hot dog itself, nothing to write home about. It's not really that good, and
100% beef? 100% alligator?
no, it's a good-sized hot dog for what it is.
But it's just a hot dog.
It's not very girthy.
Yeah, but then
It's long.
like the boysenberry relish, it doesn't have any relish per se. It's more of like a boysenberry blended into some kind of sauce.
Monstrosity.
Yeah. And then the ketchup. And I think the boysenberry ketchup kind of overpowers everything. So you get more of that kind of tart, sour ketchup taste with a hint of boysenberry in it. That one they charge $8.59 for if you don't have the tasting card. For that, just that hot dog. And it's like, not worth it. You don't really need to get it if you're on the tasting card list thing. The other thing was a boysenberry trifle. So you get a vanilla cake on bottom, and then they put soft serve vanilla on top of it, and then just throw on boysenberries in their kind of sauce thing on there. That was actually pretty good. That was our first thing that we tried, just because we couldn't locate the other carts first.
Start with dessert. Work your way down.
Or up.
Or up. Sorry.
And was that 6?
Let's go.
I'm missing one. The boysenberry dessert flautas. That was the last one. So you actually get 2 versus 4. So you're really getting like half servings of everything.
Okay.
The flautas are really good. Really good. They are basically flautas just with a whole bunch of boysenberry stuff in them, covered in powdered sugar. Not too sweet either, but really crunchy, delicious, gooey filling inside. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah, you showed me the pictures.
Yeah. Good stuff. And you're like, that looks so good.
So, based on all of that, if one person were to get the tasting card just by themselves, would they be able to finish the food?
Yeah, if you were hungry and like if your focus was just on eating. Like ours was kind of split between looking at the rest of the park and eating, so we weren't really there for the whole time. And which is another reason why we missed out on some of the other food offerings that they had. Like we didn't get to try the fish and chips sandwich with boysenberry tartar sauce, the boysenberry chicken and sausage sandwich, which we saw, and it smelled really good when you're walking by it. It's like, oh, gotta try that. The boysenberry pie, the boysenberry cheesecake, the deep fried boysenberry ice cream, the boysenberry chocolate and cream cheese mousse, the boysenberry cotton candy, the boysenberry creamsicle dipped in chocolate, the ribs. We didn't get to try any of that.
So you missed a
few
things.
We're gonna go back again before the thing ends.
When does it end?
That one is until April 12th.
Damn.
So it's a week and a half left, essentially.
You gotta try everything before then.
All
of it
yes.
at once in a blender. You like boysenberries, though, right?
Yeah.
I've never been a fan, so.
But it's a mix of raspberry,
which is too much for me.
Blackberry, and lingonberry.
Don't even know about. Yeah, not my. I guess my trifecta of goodness, but I'm willing to try it again.
Yeah, we had the boysenberry icy floats another time that we were there, and that was actually pretty good. And in our soda cup, we got boysenberry punch as a refill the whole day, except for the last when we left the park. They're like, "Oh, we're out of boysenberry punch and lemonade." So you only got your choice of Coke products. And like, I really want a punch.
I know what I wanted. It's not a Coke product.
Yeah, but I saw other people walking around with the Starbucks boysenberry frappuccino and the lattes. I'm like, huh. I guess they liked it because they finished it.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Huh.
And then they had a bunch of the different boysenberry stuff that you could buy. I bought 2 bottles of boysenberry barbecue sauce. And then I was thinking about buying the boysenberry punch concentrate because they sold that too. Considering how much we drank. I think we drank like 10 of those souvenir cup refill things.
99 cents each?
You need to create your own supply.
It's free for the first time that you buy it. So if you buy it online, you save $5, so it's like $10. And then the first day you get unlimited refills.
How do they know it's the first day?
Because they scan it. There's a barcode on there.
And
then later on, when they scan it, they're like, "Oh, it's already been used, and it's another new day, so it's 99 cents." No. So every time you go, it's 99 cents, 99 cents, 99 cents.
Is it 99 cents
every
for all
time.
refills that day, or every time you refill it after that?
After that first initial day, then it'll be 99 cents for every refill.
So that first day, drink a crap ton.
Yes.
Or bring a bag
we did
with other containers in it.
So bring my 2-liter bottles.
And a funnel.
And a funnel. Got it.
It's like, I need another refill. No ice.
Let's do it that way.
Got it.
And if you know you're going to drink that much, maybe it's worth it just to buy another voucher to get like a $10 thing. If you know you're going to drink more than 10 servings of whatever that day, it's probably cheaper just to
buy another cup.
Yeah, buy another cup and then just drink like crazy. And then just take a bunch of bathroom breaks, which is what we did.
There's a bathroom. Let's go.
Gotta go.
All this punch.
How long's the line? 10 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. That one's only 5. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Let's try it. Oh God!
I don't think I made it.
Oh, it looks like boysenberries.
It smells very fruity.
I'm farting boysenberries. It smells
I've had too much. I've gone over the limit.
But going back to the food plan, since we're talking about food, it is, you do get a good variation of food on there. I wouldn't get the cheeseburger and fries just because you can get that at all the places that you go, pretty much, and it's pretty generic.
Unless
But
you feel like
Each option has like one or two special items specific to that location. So like you can get the buffalo chicken sandwich and fries at one place, Western bacon barbecue burger, which looked pretty good. I got the buffalo chicken.
Okay.
So wait, you guys did the tasting cart and your free meals? Damn.
And they still didn't hit everything. Still had a ton
We
of stuff.
actually missed the lunch because when we went, they didn't activate our meal plan right when we first entered the park. So like, it says you didn't come in today. Like, we're here. Here's our pass. What are you talking about? We didn't come in today.
You're not even supposed to be here today.
So
Get
we
out.
had to go back out to like guest relations and then like, oh, sorry about that. It should work now. It's like, but next time just tell them you have a meal plan, make sure it scans correctly. So that when they do it. So lesson to everyone. If you have a meal plan,
Knott's Berry Farm Pro
make
tip.
sure it works. Yeah, but getting to the menu, the second location, well, hot dog, I guess, is the only different thing. Nothing to write home about.
Ah, okay.
That's Grizzly Creek Lodge. It's your most generic out of all of them. The other one has grilled chicken kebab, so that's their unique item. Kebab. And then the other one has a cheese or pepperoni personal pan pizza,
Is it Pizza Hut now?
and that's at the boardwalk. And it's funny, it's a lot of these places, it says if you choose for they all have a salad option, which is a Caesar salad option, and they all come with french fries. So
The salad?
is like Caesar salad and french fries. It's like, I want to eat healthy, but not too healthy.
Yeah, I'm not going overboard here.
It's like
Gotta
Caesar
balance
salad is
it
not
out.
healthy, but for me it's too healthy. So I'm going to need some fries to balance out.
It's like nice and even. That's what I
Yeah.
like to do.
And then at the boardwalk, there's Coaster's Diner over by Accelerator, and they have the Southwest Burger and French fries. Sounds pretty good. And then for your Mexican fare, they have the Cantina, which you get tostada salad with beans and rice, the grande burrito, or 2 tacos with beans and rice,
Okay.
or Caesar salad.
With fries.
Actually, that one doesn't have fries because
Communism.
it's supposed to be Mexican themed.
Oh.
They don't do French fries there.
It's
It's
just
not
supposed to
Del
be
Taco.
America.
It's not Del Taco. You don't get fries with everything.
Everything must come with fries. We need fries inside them.
So you could go and try different things and not really get tired of them per se. Unless you're going every single day, Corey.
All the time.
Why do you assume I'm gonna go there every day?
It's a
'Cause-
deal.
It's such a good deal. I'm trying to sell
Save
you
you
on it.
money in the long run.
Okay.
You're not thinking fourth dimensionally.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but then these all don't come with drinks, which is why you kind of have to buy that side drink thing. And we just got the one bottle and shared between 4 people.
No
So-
wonder you went through so much.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. I was thinking you both were drinking. Like, everybody was drinking that many. I was like, damn. No wonder you're peeing all the time.
Yeah, so that's every visit. And there's no blackout dates, but they're closed on Christmas Day.
How dare they?
They go to Disneyland for vacation.
All
This
the
is our
Knott's
time
workers,
now.
what are you guys doing? I'm going to Disneyland.
It's our time.
But they do have an all-day dining plan. If you want to get that, it's $32. Enjoy an entree and a side as often as every 90 minutes.
What?
So if you go there with the intention of, I'm just going to eat, park opens, food,
Hit the restaurant.
timer, food,
Food.
timer. food.
Is it the
timer.
same menu
Food.
choices?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Because it's only those locations that offer that dining plan where you see that symbol. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places. Good stuff.
Kind of hungry.
So are you gonna go?
Yeah, I mean, Carrie likes boysenberries, so, and I was curious on maybe my tastes have changed since I was younger, or maybe I just didn't really get a good batch of boysenberry. What would be a good one to start with for me as someone who's not a fan?
The fun bun.
I think that might be a bit
Okay. For
off
you,
for just because
for you,
I
I
wouldn't
would
be thinking
definitely
about the bun.
The ribs. I would say,
the ribs and the chicken wings for you.
for you because you
No,
like.
you
your
said they were
ribs.
out of the ribs when you went.
No, we just didn't have time to make our way over there.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But because we still had to finish the tasting card, and like, if I do the ribs, I won't have room for anything else. I can't finish the card, and I paid for this. I got to finish this today. Well, you don't have to finish it today. If you go back, you just punch the hole because they just punch holes in the card. So as long as that you come back before the event's over, then you can get it.
So the ribs. That's what I should
Ribs and chicken wings.
Chicken wings. This is what I'm shooting
They
for.
were good. Claudia normally doesn't like chicken wings, but those ones she tried and she's like, "Oh, so good."
Those are the ones I'll have to try then. But yeah, I think we're planning on going. Maybe not this weekend because it might be crowded.
Well, you're running out of time though.
Oh, is it only 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's only until April 12th.
That gives me. If I go the week after next, it should be okay.
Well, this weekend is 4th and 5th, and the next weekend is 11, 12, and 12 is the last day.
Right.
So,
Because this weekend's going to be, I assume, pretty nuts. Not even because of the Boysenberry Festival, just because
I think if you go in the morning, you'll be okay.
I don't wake up that early on the weekend.
That's most people. And
I'm
we
not
actually,
helpful. Man, I gotta.
we
get
actually
up
didn't
earlier.
get to the park till about 12:30 or 1 o'clock, and we still. It didn't feel as crowded as Disneyland did. Like, it was busy, but
That'd be quite a feat.
yeah, it wasn't Disneyland busy. And that's the same for Universal too. Like, when it got really, really busy in the parks, it still felt pretty light by comparison at the
Yeah,
peak
but-
hours. And the thing is, like, it dies out quick. Like, when the sun starts going down, people are like, yeah, okay, time to go home, you know? And Disneyland, they're like, time to stay. Time to
24 hours.
Buckle down
Go.
and watch the nighttime fireworks and Phantasmic and World of Color and all this other stuff. Then we can leave.
Then you have my permission to die. Thank you.
You didn't do that.
Yeah.
You gotta do more the...
A Bane?
Yeah.
I have to have a math. You have my permission to die. Something like that.
It's pretty good.
It's been a while since I. It's been a while.
Swear to me.
Now you have to start working on a Batfleck impersonation. However that's going to sound. Ain't the same. I mean, it'd just be like Michael Keaton. Did he do a voice?
That'd be cool if we got Kevin Conroy to kind of dub over him.
He's mostly Batman, except in the voice. He sounds a bit different. Like another Batman I know.
I know that Batman.
Batman! I know,
I know
that
that Joker.
chin.
You're Bruce Wayne. Right?
Right, that's it. I know that chin. You're Bruce Wayne. I don't have a Harley voice. Corey does.
Oh no.
Dang it, where's Steven? Steven would have. We'll have him do his Harley.
Joker voice.
We know his
He
Joker.
has a Harley voice?
He does? Mr. J.
Yes, it's not bad actually. You'll have one by next week. You hear that, Steven? You might want to work on that.
Get on it.
Yeah, beef that up.
I don't think he listens when he's not on.
I don't think so either.
Oh, well. You hear that, Steven?
hear
Listen up.
We talked about this.
Totally.
Just now.
You're totally here to hear this.
But, yeah, I think we, well, now we're running out of time. I don't know. But, yeah, Easter does kind of put a crip in the plan, so I'll have to see.
Well, I know for sure Disneyland is going to be packed.
Right,
Because
because
that's
of this weekend.
The go-to place, and they're really doing special stuff. And
Well, there's also one other reason why it's packed, other than just being Easter and spring break for other things. WonderCon's going on this weekend,
oh, right.
and it's
It
being
is?
held at the
Oh.
Anaheim Convention Center, which is right across the street.
Which is good. So a
From
lot of people
Disneyland.
aren't going to be going to Knott's. They'll be focused on Disneyland. And actually, Knott's, they're not doing... They used to do a lot more of the seasonal stuff. Like they had the Easter Beagle and like all that stuff as when they advertised. But now their focus is the Boysenberry Festival. And most people are going to be like, well, I don't want to pay extra or whatever.
Okay, so we'll see. So yeah, Knott's
and-
might not be that bad then, because everyone's gonna be sucked into Disneyland
And it's not
like
only
a black hole.
It's not only the food too, but you can also do wine tasting. Like they have a little room.
That's more of a Phil thing.
Yeah.
He's definitely much better at that than I am. Such a lightweight when it comes to that. But I think we went over that already. Apparently.
Yeah, so what you do, you get a wine tasting card. Well, it's a wine and beer tasting card. So you get six tastings per card, and you get a small bite pairing with each of the beverage. So you pay $19.
Have you ever done that before, Corey? Like a beer tasting? Or a wine,
or a wine tasting. It's mostly wine.
No, I have not.
either one.
No. The closest thing I've gotten to a beer tasting was when I couldn't decide what beer I wanted, so they brought me samples of different ones that they were
Take
offering.
them all.
It's like, I want to try this one a little bit more. No, go back to that one. You know what?
You know what? I don't think I'm thirsty anymore. That must be the air.
Just give me a Coke. Jerk. No, but they give you like a little sampler plate of cheeses, crackers, fruits, vegetables, and then the card. And like it's just a card to take notes on and see what you sampled. But when you walk around the room, they have different wineries that are featured from all over the place.
Oh,
And
yeah.
one of the weird things they had was, well, the main draw for that was the boysenberry wine, which I guess is based in Oregon. That winery, that's the only winery that makes boysenberry wine. It's pretty good. Tastes like boysenberry.
So spot on there.
It was sweet, but not overly sweet.
Well, you like yours sweeter anyway, versus
Yeah, that
more
actually wasn't
alcoholic.
my favorite, surprising enough. But it was Claudia's, and
Kind of like a dessert kind of wine.
well, it wasn't dessert sweet. At least in my mind, it wasn't dessert sweet.
Oh, okay.
But there's another one. I think it was the Rosatello, and that one was really good. That one was sweeter,
Ah,
and that one I liked a lot because it tastes like grape juice, almost.
I'll take the grape juice.
Yeah, but the boysenberry wine is from Honeywood Wineries, where they say rich, fresh, and true to the fruit.
Oh, it
And-
sounds nice for them.
When they pour you a glass, they give you like, it's a little plastic glass, but they fill it up a pretty good amount.
It'll get you drunk.
Yeah, so we had the different wines, sangria, we had a chocolate wine, we had a sip Moscato, yeah, all these different wines, and it's like, the chocolate one was the weirdest. It smelled like chocolate, tasted like chocolate, but had this really bad aftertaste to it. It's like, everyone that you ask there is like, have you tried the chocolate one? And it's like, ooh, chocolate. It's like, yeah, chocolate. It's interesting. Like, why didn't you say it was good? It's interesting.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
And then I think our last one, we got a champagne. So we had a light sangria and champagne, and those were actually pretty good too. I didn't like the chocolate one too much. But they give you that wristband like you're in a club. It says like big bold letters ID check.
They're cool.
Yeah.
Give them alcohol.
I
All they can
don't
take.
remember seeing the beer though. Otherwise I would have tried it. But I saw like they had a boysenberry lemonade. But they had beer at the saloon in Ghost Town. Where they have kind of like the Golden Horseshoe type shows on the stage.
Right.
But the thing's on tap. So I don't think that's something that's a limited time. Can't remember because I've never really been there before. But I saw the boysenberry handle with the boysenberry berry on the top of that tap handle. And it's like, huh. Gotta go back.
Yeah.
Finish up the rest.
I agree.
And then they had all these arts and crafts things, which were actually pretty cool. Like people making stuff right then and there too. It's almost like going to, was that convention where they make all the stuff they went to in Pasadena? It's like Maker or something, or
Yeah, I think that's it. I'd say like Makers Con or something. Designer Con.
Designer. Oh yeah. So it felt a lot like that, where they had. I think we bought one of the artworks too. It was like there was a person who did their own tile art. So they'd paint, bake, paint, bake, paint, bake, and then they came out with this like really fancy looking picture. So that was cool.
Then something else to look at. Then
And then just the crowd overall. What it felt like, the interesting thing, it got less ghetto, still ghetto to an extent, depending which section of the park you visit, but not as bad as it was when I went a while back. And the feeling that I got was a lot of people who can't afford the Disneyland prices anymore, it seems like they're migrating slowly over towards Knott's. Because it had that kind of family feel to it, the crowd. And it's like, it's classed up a bit. And looking at the stuff, it's like, if you kind of do the math right and you go enough times, then it's actually pretty affordable in comparison to Disneyland. Like, we got the season pass with the parking and then the food, just one parking pass. And then, like, altogether, that's, like, still less than a deluxe pass for one person at Disneyland. And there's no blackout dates. You get fed. So, all in all, I'd say that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
And then Universal's the other one. That one, the pass over there, as long as you get from Costco, then you're good. They just opened up Springfield when we did our last podcast on Friday. So everything's opened up, so they have way more restaurants. And I really want to go back and try a Flamin' Moe's, Krusty Burger. Supposedly Cletus's Chicken Shack is way improved over Doc Brown's chicken.
It's only worth
Chicken
going
out
there
of
because
this
of
time.
only because of the name. The chicken itself kind of sucked.
Yeah,
Now, the name's not cool.
that was the
as
old
cool as
recipe,
I
so this is
remember.
a new recipe.
I'd say it'd be better, but I mean, I was not impressed by the other chicken, so it shouldn't be that much of a difficulty. So
When you went, was the Minion area open?
it's still being built when I went.
Oh, okay. Because that's their first phase of having the actual good food in the parks.
Yeah.
They, let's see, I tried the grilled cheese pulled pork sandwich. Delicious. Really good. And then I also had the El Macho's nachos, which they serve that in kind of like a big tostada salad bowl thing. So you eat your chips that are in that kind of shell, and then you eat the shell itself once the chips are gone.
It's
And that's
efficient.
actually- yeah. No waste.
No waste.
He's like, too much sauce? Nah.
Yeah.
A bunch of desserts and stuff, but with Springfield, that's where they're starting to kick off more of the new chef creations, which is what they were saving a bunch of which is why they didn't tweak the menu beforehand.
Oh.
Because they didn't want people to be like, oh, I miss this place. They had good food. It's like, no. But you get to get a big Texas-sized donut from
With
Hard
Pop
Lads.
Rocks.
You can get Duff beer. You can get Duff Light.
You can give them all your money.
Buzz Cola.
I've seen all this stuff on TV. I must have it now.
Yes. And then, like, the rides over there, not that many, but still entertaining as long as you don't wait half an hour. If the line's longer than half an hour, just sightsee. Just sightsee pretty much until the line dies down. And then there's also a website where that Universal hosts that you can look up on your phone, like in a mobile page, and it'll refresh every minute, show you real-time wait times for all the rides, and the studio tour and all that stuff. And it's like, oh, that makes it easy. You just walk over here, go over here, avoid all the crowds and everything.
Well, that's good. That's useful.
Yeah.
I wish I had something like for Disneyland, but it'd probably just be like, I don't know, and just burst into flames or something. It's just too many people. But yeah, that's good. They're trying to edge in, which is good. I doubt they'd give Disney a run for their money, but hopefully they do something. But what you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
Go to Springfield, USA, and kind of kill time before Harry Potter Land opens.
No, that sounds like the plan.
Yeah, those donuts look so good. Because you can get the classic one, the big pink, for $4.99. You get the large lad donut for $4.99, which has all the other toppings like maple bacon, chocolate glaze, s'mores, and whatever's they decide to make that day. Red velvet. You can get a multi-pack of donuts if you want. Which,
if you just want to end
if
it
you're
all
by yourself, I do not see you finishing that. It's more for a family thing.
if you just want to end your life in one big box of sugar.
Or you
There
can
you
get
go.
a Krusty Burger, a Clogger Burger, a Ribwich, Sideshow Bob Footlong.
Well,
So it's like interesting stuff. And then like everything's themed out pretty well too. Cletus's Chicken Shack, where you get your chicken and waffle sandwich. You get your peep fried chicken platter, thrilled to be grilled chicken sandwich, and chicken things. Or chicken thumbs. Sorry.
oh,
Yeah, so kind of themed to Simpsons, Cletus, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd take a look at it, see what it's about.
And then you go to Moe's Tavern, you get the Flamin' Moe's, your Duff beer. They have Coors Light, Shock Top if you want that instead.
Of course, why bother?
And then lots of photo ops. And then at Duff Gardens is you have Phineas Q Butterfats ice cream parlor. I don't remember that in the show, do you?
No.
Okay. But I guess they made it in the show and it showed up, so that's where you can get your cones and your sundaes and your donut sundaes. So the big giant donut covered in ice cream, syrup, and toppings were $6.49.
And a pen to sign your will away.
I think it
Next
says,
of kin.
Yeah, I think it's at $6.49. And then the Bumblebee Man's taco truck, and Suds McDuff's hot dog house. Yeah. So lots more food options and choices there.
Okay, another reason. You get your annual pass. So that's so you can go
Now
back.
it's only $78 at Costco.
So you're
Which
going to be
actually
going
gets
back.
you less blackout dates than if you got the one buy a day, get a year pass direct from Universal. You just have to add parking to it. Oh, and then the parking thing. They have different tiers of parking. They have the super VIP, and then like kind of general parking. So the super VIP supposedly puts you right at the front gate, except parking for that costs like $30 or $31. I'm like, why? And then the VIP is like kind of next to it. It's not quite in front, but you can still walk fairly close without having to go through the city walk area. Otherwise, you're in the structure, one of the two structures, like the closer one or the further back one. And you have to walk down half of City Walk or all of City Walk to get to the front gate. And that's what the general parking pass comes with. And I don't really see a need to upgrade unless you're really that lazy that you're going to be walking anyway in the park.
Right. So, yeah,
Pro tip.
don't be lazy. Save some money.
Yeah. Definitely not worth it to spend more than double to get a closer parking spot.
And there you have it. Your tips.
So-
a few tips
Well,
for Universal.
and the values there compared
And
to
the
Disneyland
values there and Knott's Berry Farm. So if you're looking to spend
And
your
Universal's food
vacation
prices,
dollars.
the food prices at Universal weren't that bad. They were actually pretty decent.
Okay.
I think the big nachos I got were like $8.99 instead of being like $15. So
Much better.
yeah, like a lot of those specialty plates where you expect them to be cost more aren't. And they taste good, surprising enough.
Well,
So
that's all you
they're-
need then.
They're
There you
coming
go.
up. They're heading towards the Disney way, and they're definitely picking up the stragglers that Disney's kicking out. It's like, oh, you can't afford us. We're too good for you.
We'll take you.
Exactly. And then Fast and the Furious opens up this Friday. So at City Walk, they're actually having a marathon, just like the Avengers, but
Right.
the Fast and the Furious franchise from 1 through 6, and then 7 at midnight. Yeah.
I still have
So
to
if you
watch
want
the
to
other
sit
ones.
through
So
all of them, which I don't really see a need for you to sit through them all. Maybe like,
not in a theater.
yeah,
I want to watch them all. I do, but I don't think I'd want to do it.
because they don't even really tie into each other until like later on in the later half of the franchise.
Yeah, I'll well, I don't know if they have a collector's pack yet, but
I'm gonna buy the collector's
where
pack
there's a
when it comes
will,
out.
there's a way. Well, in theory, they'd have to stop making them.
Yeah, but who knows when that's gonna
I was
happen?
gonna say it doesn't
Yeah.
sound like they're planning that anytime
And
soon.
then in about a month or two, they're going to open up the Fast and the Furious segment on the tour, the tram tour ride.
I've seen it. Oh, a newer one?
No, it's not. It's not the section where you stop by and the cars start dancing to hip hop
Dancing
music.
cars? What?
No.
Fast and
Think of
funny.
Think of the King Kong 3D experience, but doubled up. So you have a sound stage with not just one screen, but like two separate screens. So you're in one, and then you kind of move into the second stage into a different area.
I thought they were just gonna start drifting the tram. Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh,
It's gonna feel like
it's gonna feel like it.
yeah.
No, it's gonna take you
And
up the hill and just start
somehow
drifting.
you're gonna get wet in the ride.
Universal every time.
Like
Does
you
not
get-
make a fun ride. It makes that ride that I'm just like,
It's just it's one of those 4D gags. It happened in Shrek 4D where it's like they sneeze on you. It's like sneeze on you again. Third time, cut it out. King Kong ride. Tyrannosaurus keeps blowing snot at you 4 times. He gets punched by King Kong. Snot. Ugh. Waterworld's its own thing. I think
Still.
more of the thing for that show is just watching
Bring back
people
Miami
get wet.
Vice. You mean the beginning?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Bring back Miami Vice.
because
Just as many people know about Miami Vice, if not more at this point, than Waterworld. Right? Because at least Miami Vice.
Well, I think it's more just because, like, on a hot summer day, getting wet would feel good.
I was trying to remember the Miami Vice one now. Do you remember that? It was before Waterworld.
Yeah, it was kind of like a car
Did
stunt
it
show,
was it?
sort of, too.
Oh,
and
I
then
didn't
kind
know
of
if
like
it
a
was-
gun battle.
What was
with
the
blanks.
big thing that happened at the end? Because in Waterworld, it's that plane that jumps over.
Wasn't there a helicopter involved?
I don't know.
I think it was a helicopter
I
and
think
like
there was a
boom or
helicopter.
something.
Yeah.
Oh,
And explosions and fire and barrels going in the sky.
I guess you do have the water, and it is nice on a hot day.
And it's funny because one of the people there, like, he started wetting everyone before the show as people were filing in to sit down.
Right.
He's like, no, I'm just cleaning the fence. Whoops.
Funny if you didn't mind getting wet.
Yeah, and like if you're sitting in the soak zone, like you will get wet here. It's like, I don't see how I can get wet. The guy comes with the bucket and just dumps it on your head. What? Everyone's laughing at you. Except you, the person who
Right.
got wet.
And it's less funny.
But it's fun for everyone else. I was laughing.
True.
But I was up
don't
in the
care
dry
about
section.
nobody else. Just care about me.
I was up in the dry section. I'm like, ha, 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 look at that guy.
Yeah, it's good. If you make it to the dry section, you don't just get hit with a bunch of water going between going to that point. Then
Yeah,
that would
it's like,
suck.
I think the show we saw was like 4:30, and then the show itself didn't really start till like 10 or 15 minutes later. So a lot of it was kind of pre-show with those guys in each of the three sections, like just wetting people with like the water blasters and buckets.
Was it hot?
Hot
Yeah.
enough. But at that point, it was starting to cool down, so it's like, Like in our section, the guy called up 3 kids. It's like, hey, and he's holding a water bucket over them. All of them's like, what? This one, this one, this one, no. So he just dumps the water on all 3 of them.
That's the part you liked. And then there's the show.
Yeah.
Whatever. He hit him with water in the beginning.
Well, there's another section where he was standing in the middle of the soak zone, and he had the bucket of water over someone's head. And then the guy from another section, who was supposedly the leader of the show, he's like, whoa, what are you doing there? It's like, put that down. So then he just dumps the bucket on the guy next to him without even looking. And he's like, okay, I didn't mean like that, but whatever. And everyone in our section is like, oh! So everyone's like trying to stand up to see what happened and who it was.
You should have gone down there.
I was just laughing.
Don't just be part of the crowd. Be number one. Be the guy who gets the water poured on his head by accident.
But they're making a point now of advertising, oh, this guy was on The Walking Dead, and this guy was...
Well, they've always done that. Where they do their their credits from things
this guy
you
was
may
in
know them from.
Transformers, but
Yeah,
you wouldn't know them because they're all extras.
exactly. So I was to say, like, they'll usually do the rundown, but you're like, oh, okay.
Like, The Walking Dead came up, like, Walking Dead, where have I seen you? It's like, I don't recognize you at all.
Nope.
Like, you must have been one of the zombies.
But it's still a credit.
Yeah.
And there you go.
It's like, oh, you were one of the extra soldiers in Transformers.
So you had fun.
Good fun.
Good fun. So yeah, check it out. Universal. That's very far. Cheaper. Lots of that. Cheaper and
If you can't afford Disneyland, or if you're on the fence, give these other parks a try.
you had a good time. You save the money and spend it all on other things like a front of the line pass.
No,
No.
that is not worth it.
That is not worth it. By that I meant the opposite of yes, which is
And
no.
especially at Knott's Berry Farm, where the roller coasters only have like just a few cars running at a time. Even if you have a front of the line pass, you're still waiting. Like, you could be waiting half an hour even,
Oh.
because it's like one car's in the loading station and then one car's out on the track. When the other car comes back, then the loading station car goes out, and then the ride's like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something. It's like, huh? No wonder it takes so long.
Okay then. I'm actually looking forward to going then. I get my tickets from Costco.
Costco. You have time for reader mail or no?
I don't think so. Not tonight. We'll have to hold off. We got a later start today.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Actually, they're very Disney questions, so that's actually good for the next podcast when Steven's here. I'm sure he's
Oh
got a lot to
yes,
say
we
about
do
it.
have. It would be good to let him in on some of this. I think he's got opinions, maybe, about
So-
stuff. When he gives us his Harley impression, he's going to open with it.
It's gonna be awesome
Surprise.
It's going to be a surprise.
for all parties.
At least one of us is going to be surprised by it. You won't want to miss that. It's going to be awesome.
And we're already backlogged with stuff.
We got a lot of stuff to
Surprising.
bring you. Yeah.
Got to put off our questions to next week.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff to talk about anyways. 41 episodes. Not too shabby. And we've always have more to talk about than we get to talk about. And we already talk for a while, usually. Tangents. Yay.
Classic taco night.
Classic taco night. And with that brings us to the end of our show for this time. As always, you can reach us at our email address, taconightspodcast@gmail.com. You can shoot us a question or comment or quement over there, and we'll read it. And if it's a question, we'll read it on the air and answer it, right?
just for you.
Just for you. And then you can also reach us at our Facebook page, facebook.com/
Taco Knights podcast.
there you go. You can leave us, and we usually post the stuff that we talk about on here, on there, like images, stuff to Amazon that you can buy. And if you do buy it from there, from our link, specifically from our link, then we get a little piece of that. So it's really helpful for the show to help pay for
Hosting.
hosting the show, which we
We're in the negative.
constantly
Just
in
a
the
little
negative,
bit.
but we do it because we enjoy it. That's all that really counts. But we'd appreciate it if you could help us out. Always good to have a little help. Also, we're on the Twitters, right?
At Taco Knights.
At Taco Nights. Just that. And we do have the Amazon thing, but right now I think it's just the links for stuff that we put up. We're still trying to work out the kinks of it, really. So we just started it, so it's a little bit wonky. So we'll get through to it, and we'll have something hopefully to share with you later that you could use to help us out. Because who doesn't buy stuff on Amazon? I buy tons of stuff on Amazon.
I buy stuff on Amazon.
And I buy stuff on Amazon.
We all buy stuff from Amazon.
So hopefully you buying stuff on Amazon can go and help us out in any way possible. That's it. That's everything. That's
Shameless
it.
plug.
Shameless plug. Yes. So, for this Taco Nights podcast episode, I've been your host, Kekoa, and with me tonight has been Ben
Adios, muchachos.
and Corey.
All right.
Thanks as always for listening. Till next time.